White Walker-perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
Castro, break it down. What are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about the death toll. I was going to call it VM Dawn, like Valor Margolis, Dawn, PM. Anyway, that didn't really roll off my tongue the way I tried. No, real good.
I would have been here for it.
We have to do, we have to kind of go through the episodes, which coincidentally, we didn't review the first 3 episodes. So, we talk about it now.
We didn't record.
We didn't record. Yes, we didn't record. So this will be a chance for our listeners to get some of the insight that we had. No, episode 1 was a travesty. It was listeners, we didn't have any skills that we have now. We were all over the place. There was a lot of rumor, innuendo. Things were flying across the room.
And by rumor, he means fact.
Yes,
yes.
So we are all better for not having recorded or listened to that episode.
We are all
better.
Imagine that.
I didn't
Did
know.
y'all listen to the end of the last episode when you heard my theme song? Game of Thrones. Podcast has no name. Don't be playing them games. Podcast has no name. Don't be playing them games. Game of Thrones.
There's a synth in there somewhere.
No, look, he put it on there, but you can hear Ab going, mm-mm. And I said, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Okay, y'all. All right. So let's get to it. We're gonna do, we're gonna go through episodes here and there, and we're gonna do the deaths. So y'all want to do the deaths first, and then go through the episodes a bit, and then get to our predictions, or what order? Let's do the deaths. Let's do the deaths.
Right.
All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Afro.
I'm Ambush.
I'm Afro.
I'm Ambush again.
How are we here? So?
Go ahead, Borg. Let's just get through it. Oh, I'm Curly Castro.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry.
And I'm Morg.
Well, no. I did want to say, I was dying listening to the episode, like laughing like pretty much every 15 minutes. The last episode. Even every 5 minutes.
Hilarious.
It's hilarious. But we're getting naysayers. They was like, I was listening to your podcast for 45 minutes, and I noticed y'all only covered the first 5 minutes of the show. I say, hey, man, you got to be in it to win it, man. We were at a horrible pace last time, but he definitely noticed. I look at the counter for 45 minutes, and y'all were like the first 10 minutes of the show. I say, hey, man, got to be in it to win it, man.
This is where we at, B.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is
A Podcast
Has No Name.
No, see, y'all messed it up. We had it right there. We were mentally sick. I'm going to do it again. 3, 2, 1. A podcast
has no name.
You guys are trash. You guys are trash. No one's trying.
I had something on my hand. I threw it across my room. I don't care anymore. All right. Last chance. On 3. 3, 2, 1. A podcast
has no name.
Has no name.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's do it this way.
Well, for the record,
let's do the row.
We're not going to do it again. We're going to
do the row where you vote.
No.
After I say a podcast, next person says a podcast, and I'll say has no name. Like that. Y'all want to do that?
No,
you ready?
That's not going to work.
Let's go.
If we can't say it together, we definitely can't do it separately.
Also, you can't say on 3 and then start at 3.
You can't.
He said on 3, 3, 2, 1. Then that's on 1. You set us up for failure.
Believe it or not, there are a lot of musicians on this call.
That's still 3 numerals. No call. Okay.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
Where's Kevin Lannister when you need him? Where's Kevin Lannister when you need him? How random is that?
Oh my God!
Yeah, man.
All right.
Oh man. All right.
So the first set of deaths.
Okay, I got it written down. Okay, so
There you go.
episode 1. All the Freemen.
It's beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing ever. We saw that. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that was going to happen.
Well, once we realized.
Really? You saw that coming?
The second I saw her as Walder Frey in that hall with everyone, I said, oh, she's going to poison them. There's no other reason to gather all these people together. This is her opportunity to kill all of them at once. It hit me immediately.
But you're not saying like before that happened. You like.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. But just seeing him
she
there.
killed Walder the season before, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She killed Walder in season 6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that was beautiful.
I love the send-off lines. The Winter has come for the phrase. How she left the girls alive. You know, tell them the Winter has come for the phrase. And I also love Walder Frey by Arya. Well, Arya being Walder Frey, and the actor that plays Walder Frey acting like Arya. I thought that was like...
He killed that.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Definitely.
The way he was looking around, what he was saying, that was classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very Inception acting.
2 levels down. Killing.
Exactly. I love that whole scene.
Playing me. What was
and I also just love anything with Arya really showing us creative ways to kill, because that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Poison an entire family, invite them for a party, and kill them all. I mean, that's pretty creative.
Well, it was customary in terms of like, you know, Revenge 101. You killed my whole family at the last, you know, well, not at the last party you had there, but at the wedding we had.
Right.
Wait, okay, 2 things. I have 2 questions, main questions. Where's Edmure Tully? Where's he at? Is he Is he still in the dungeon?
Oh.
And 2, where's Pycelle? Is he in the dungeon?
Oh.
Yeah, Grand Maester Pycelle. Remember
Yeah.
when she let Qyburn take over his laboratory and all that? I think they threw him in a black cell. I don't know.
Pycelle got killed. What are you talking about?
By who?
We talking about Pycelle that was at King's Landing?
Yeah.
He got killed by.
Oh, is that the one who got by all the little birds?
Kids.
The sparrow.
Yeah. They murdered. Well, they murdered the crap out of him. It was beautiful. That was one of the best murderations that happened.
Qyburn was dead. Oh shoot! Thank you, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was.
You had me thinking of something else.
Got blown up.
No, I just looked around and I was like, "Where's Pycelle?" Because I hit him. So I was like, "What's that?"
Oh yeah, no, he died. He died last season.
Yeah.
You looked around. Were you in the room or like what happened?
No.
You was in the castle.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
I love that that's your new calm down.
Right. I love that when he got killed. There was one less creep in the show. Get him up out of here.
Well, where's Edmure? Did the writers?
He's got to be in the dungeon. He's got to be in the dungeon.
Because
no one cares about him. You could leave him in the
dungeon.
dungeon.
Was talking trash forever. Remember when he was talking trash when Jamie was there? Was Jamie there and he was talking trash? Mm-hmm. Or was it Roose Bolton? One of them was there and he was talking trash. Remember, he was eating the next day.
It was Jamie.
And he was mentioning how Edmure is down in the cells.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. Anyway, all the Frey Men. It was real poetic. I also thought this is really one for the Stark, like, you know, a win for them finally. You know, with people paying for what they did to this family, which is like the biggest tragedy of the show, is what it's done to the Starks, Starks and wrestlers. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other? Okay. Go ahead.
I would say Arya has done the most in getting retribution for the family. She's the top of the list for delivering.
But she keeps that whole list. Like, she kills people that steal her swords. So, you know, you kill her father. You kill her father, I'm pretty sure, you know.
She is coming.
Sure. Yeah,
she's coming.
All right, let's go to episode 2, which is Stormborn. And Obara and Nymeria Sand Snake Thing 1 and Sand Snake Thing 2. They die. By big badass Euron.
Wet ass Euron.
Massive shit.
wet ass.
Dripping.
He was appropriately wet that time.
And bloody. So I heard that his boat, it was the way they wanted the boat proportion-wise, they couldn't do it like practically, like it's too huge. So they did the front of his boat, and they did half of the boat that Yara and Theon were on. They got rain. And they did it with like 60-foot high green screens all around. So, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. So, all right, so was there something to, if you noticed, he killed Obara and Nymeria with their particular weapons?
Yes.
Like he used the whip against, I don't know which one is which, whatever. He used the whip against the whip one, and he used the...
against the whip one.
No clue. The whip against the whip one.
And the staff with the pointy end against the pointy end staff one. And,
right.
And then also, well, he hung, remember when they finished, he hung the one from the bow of the ship with the whip. And he had a spear going through the other one, and he mounted that one too. Pretty symbolic there, Euron. So, all right, was anybody just fed up with the Sand Snakes and, good riddance to bad rubbish type? Like, I'm just like...
So, I was just starting to like them. I had been so annoyed by them for a while, and then I had started to kind of like them, especially because the scene right before they died, they were, like, making fun of each other. Like, oh, I'm going to kill Mama.
Oh, yeah, they was like,
okay,
the ones they was making fun of Illyrian. No, not Illyrian. Tyene. They were saying, Mama, because that's not their mother, so they make fun of Tyene.
Right.
That,
right.
Is her mother. Yeah.
So I was just starting to kind of like fuck with them a little bit, and then they're gone. And then they're gone. Sports work for me. As soon as I like start to kind of like a team and like really get it, or like I have my teams that I like, but like as soon as I start like actively rooting for them, like then it's a wrap. So. That's what that reminded me of.
Like I've done it again. I've doomed another character by liking them.
That's the universe talking there. Okay, so.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Jeez. What's that even mean? Good guy. Yeah, I didn't think I would be upset by their death, but I was. I was like, man, wow. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they started giving us a little comic relief there. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. But then I like watching them fight, too. Just like watching them fight.
But that's the part that was unsatisfying to me for their whole arc, is they should have set up a little bit more fighting with them being outnumbered fighting to show how really good they are. When we got to see, and I'm jumping around, when we got to see Dario, Jorah and Grey Worm infiltrate, I don't remember what city it was, and the three of them were standing back to back, and they killed that first wave of guards, and then the next wave came out, and they came back successful. That convinced me, them three motherfuckers can fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was a cutaway scene, too. I think the Sand Snakes, because they were introduced to us and because we knew of them through the lore of them being such great fighters, their father was Oberyn, they should have had a little bit more fighting scenes for them rather than talking scenes. If you look at their scenes, I think they talked just about as much as they fought. And that balance led to them being like vapid characters. Nobody gave a fuck.
Like their most memorable moment for me was getting chumped by Olenna. Like that was hilarious.
Oh, that was my perfect scene with them. I like the scene with them in the jail and with Bronn, only because of the parlay between them and Bronn. It wasn't necessarily the titties. I mean, it was titties.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. And that's why I had to say something. Somebody else was going to say something. Then somebody else, more, was going to say something else. So.
Wait, what happened? What did I miss?
I don't know. You're not even there with me. We're supposed to be against them. It's you and I against them.
I don't think it's ever worked that way. Is it really supposed to work that way?
Never worked that way. And I've been writing down notes. Never.
Tell us more, Castro. Tell us more about how you feel.
Crap.
Anyway,
so Game of Thrones.
Castro loved the Olenna chumping the sand snake scene the jail scene with Bronn because titties. That's the whole takeaway there. We can move on now.
And the poison and how it worked, and they were seducing each other. Anyway, okay, so next, episode 3.
They were eye candy. Dang.
That's
so interesting. Like, I never thought of them that way.
Only because they're like good fighters too. It's an added element. You can be less attractive.
Supposed to be attractive
to another dimension.
Like,
right.
But they're hollow. Yeah. They're so hollow. The whip don't make no sense in this type of fighting. It don't. Like, anyway.
Also, dragons. I feel like we got dragons, Castro, and magic, and let's not get too
fine, but just,
logical.
Look, what I'm saying is they needed to get a real whip master in and teach this girl. She needs to be doing like flips with it, the half cartwheel with the whip coming around.
Oh.
There's plenty of.
What do you want, Barnum and Bailey circus?
No.
That's exactly
he
what
wants a Cirque du Soleil sand.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. I can't with y'all. I really got to find another podcast. Whoever's out there looking for, a pretty intelligent guy, put it in the comments.
Wow.
No, but do we get comments? Does anybody? Have we got comments?
Yes, we
we get comments.
Damn it. You got to read the stuff to get comments.
On the SoundCloud or where?
Yes, on the SoundCloud.
Yeah. Look, man, I got apps, all right? Apps are shrunken down desktop versions of things that you can't really interact with. So, and I don't see any comments.
Your fault.
I'm looking at this.
It definitely sounds like your problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up.
We got
wait, did they get a proper burial, or did they just leave him on the boat? They buried him?
They definitely got left on that boat.
Yeah.
Who was coming back for him?
Right.
There's no proper burial.
Right.
It was just the Greyjoys left. They rolled out.
Yeah, you're right. And then they came back and found your man, Theon. All right. Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. And we'll do this in order. I know, we'll do it in order. First one is Tyene Sand. She's the last daughter of Oberyn that we know. Died slowly in front of her mother in the keep. Well, I thought this was ironic. So they're dying down in the Red Keep in themselves, and this is the same place that Oberyn died. I don't think we should lose the irony on that fact. So they're dying themselves, and a couple of levels up, Oberyn got killed in trial by combat.
Okay,
right.
You're not saying the same exact spot. All right.
No, not the same exact spot. I'm just saying historically for this family, Martell. Well, she got killed by the mountain in the tower upstairs. Oberyn came back to avenge that years later. He dies in trial by combat. One of his wives, or whatever they call them, Larry is down there. She's going to rot to death while she watched her daughter, his daughter, Tyene, die there too. So, like in the history book. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. King's Landing is a bad place for Martell.
Also,
go on. Sorry.
Also, what's the mother's name again?
Hilaria.
Chick from Luther. Yes. So she's still alive. she's still alive.
Yeah.
And, like, John, like, everyone was just there. So she's down in the dungeon while they're having the meeting about the alliance. Like,
boom goes the dynamite.
Now.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Wait, that's from holes. That's from writing with holes in. They didn't even ask. Where's Ilaria at?
Right.
Or
no one was there.
Well, did they assume she killed him? Yeah.
They must have.
They assume what?
No one asked.
No, they know Yara's
already dead.
Yara's brought up.
Right.
Saying she's a prisoner. But the sand snakes and the sands are not brought up. Nobody asked about them. Nobody says anything.
Right. And they were at King's Landing having the meeting, and there she is down in the dungeon. Nobody negotiated this.
Well, let's say they're negotiating a truce. We all know Olenna is dead by the time that meeting happens. Like, other allies are dead. So I think they come to grips with it. Right?
Man.
I didn't think about that at all, the whole damn end of until you said that.
Yeah, it just popped in my head just now. I was like, oh, that sucks.
It was a short trip. They weren't chilling at King's Landing like they was chilling at Dragonstone, though. It wasn't time to gather information. It was the meeting, and then I think everybody went their own way, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You waited for Tyrion to walk back up to King's Landing and walk back with his sister. But pretty much it was in and out, like a meeting, 2 hours.
It was a day trip.
In the boardroom, and then you go outside, your car's waiting, and you go back home. So, but that's a good point. That's a really good point. But I think it's like what Morgan's saying, day trip. You just popping in, popping out. The Tarleys are dead. Like, a lot of people are dead by the time that meeting happens. So I guess we don't have to talk about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another little cute thing we'll get to. Now, you noticed how Bronn had to leave the Dragon Pit, like he wasn't in the little meeting?
Yeah,
right.
Him and Podrick.
Now, you know why? You know that's the stipulation between him, John Flynn, and Lena Headey, that they don't film together.
Huh?
So they used to have a relationship. They used to have a relationship years ago. Lena Headey and the boy John Flynn, who plays Bronn.
So Bronn
they both have in their contracts that they can't be in the same room together. They cannot shoot scenes together. They are not to share space.
Can we start over?
Mm-hmm. What the shit?
Y'all didn't know that? Oh, I thought it was.
No. Cersei and Bronn were together.
In real life. Yes.
In real life.
Like a deep relationship. They were together for some years.
And then they had a terrible breakup.
I don't know if it was terrible, but they're not.
It had to be terrible.
You're not in the room with me. This is just like Martin and Gina.
It is stipulated in both of their contracts that they do not have to film together.
Right. So that you'll never see them in scenes together. So that's why the Dragon Pit was the closest to them coming together. And he said, "Come on, Pod, let's go," while the other people talk.
Wow, Zerg.
Did you find this in Star Magazine? Where'd you find it? Is this legit?
No,
right. I'm looking at it online. It's on Maxim.
There it is. That's my ass looking to be contrary, but finds a way to be supportive. Bada bing. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Okay. According to Maxim, in fact, the relationship turned so sour and the breakup was so bad that they have stipulations in their contract that forbid them from being in the same room together.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's and excuse my term, that's a cunt hair short of a restraining order, right?
Okay.
It is. It's like a professional restraining order.
I feel like you had to find a way to work that phrase in.
Yeah, he was looking for it.
I said, use the expression, but now y'all know how close that is.
I mean, that's
phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm thinking as a director and producer, that sounds like that's you guys' problem. Can we just get another actor or actress in here? Can we swap one of these?
She makes the most, and she makes $700,000 an episode.
Well, I mean,
$700,000 an episode.
I'm saying, well, not them now, but I'm saying as we're casting for the show, that's something immediately I was like, oh, what's this? Yeah.
No, as they were casting, they would have kicked Flynn to the curb. Lena Headey she's like, she's prime candidate there. You know what I'm saying? She's not a, Flynn's been in shit, but he's been in shit mostly overseas that we're not privy to.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. From a casting standpoint, just starting the show, if that would have come up, oh, you guys got this weird thing going on?
No, I think they dated during the show.
Yeah.
Oh. You think could have been doing?
Or like they were dating.
What if a character was written specifically? I mean, not written specifically because it's from the book, but what if the director said, "I see Lena Headey in this role and nobody else"? You know how some directors pinpoint somebody they want for a role and nobody else, so they would probably find their way around it. Hey, Clint, I know y'all don't. Here's $500,000 episode, and remember, he's not in as many episodes as she is. Period.
Right.
So just alone in sort of him being a supporting actor and she's the lead. She's the lead, right? She's one of the 4 leads, I guess. So I just think it's interesting how well they worked it and how bad Martin and Gina did. Hence the end of the Martin show. They could have done a little better. But
wait, they didn't.
Okay.
What?
You don't remember the last episode, the last season of Martin? They were doing all split screens and stuff. They weren't filming with each other at all.
I remember, but they didn't. First of all, you're talking about Fox and HBO. That's number one.
I am.
Number two, they also didn't
date. She knows the business.
Like, she had allegations against him that he was like harassing her.
Yeah.
So
definitely
different.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What?
With Martin.
Yeah, she said he used to do some crazy, like he used to kiss her too much. Like, he used to swirl his tongue around
into it. Yeah, he was getting into it and shit like that. So if y'all watch a season of Martin, it's split screen. She's at a conference. He's home. He's traveling. He's with Pam all the time. She's never there. And that was obvious. But it just wasn't a good look. It just couldn't work that way. But I guess if we look at TV shows,
compare Game of Thrones to Martin and the way that they handle many situations, I just don't think it's fair.
I guess it's a little unfair. But if you look in the history of television, we'll probably be able to notice this stuff now when people stop being in scenes together, or
this is true.
They're calling from somewhere, they're in a phone booth, and they're calling Chicago or some shit like this. This probably happened. If the money is right, these 2 people are making that sacrifice. That's what the moral of this story is. If the money is right, they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, them 2 are not going to stop a production. Weiss and Benioff will be like, all right, we'll hire 2 other people if they just can't work together, And they don't literally have to work together. Remember, some of these people don't see each other depending on how the scenes roll out.
Yeah, like ever.
Right.
Yeah, some of them said that Dragon Pit scene was like the first time they were actually working in a scene with somebody.
Right.
And they've been working together, but they might, I'm there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're there Tuesday, Thursday type shit. And they can shoot 2 things at the same time in different countries. So, yeah, you might not bump into Dinklage, this season and shit like that. Yeah, the homie. So, yeah. All right, well, let's get to the big one.
So what I find interesting about this also is I wonder how much, Cersei is in Lena as an actress, right? Because to not be able to be in the same room means that, when you are angry as a regular human, maybe you do tap into some of that Cersei shit that you got. That's, part of you, too.
Point.
I wonder.
Wow. Yeah.
Good point as to why they would keep her. Because she's too good at Cersei. In real life.
Well, also,
I did not have her as Cersei. I don't know what you guys are talking about with that. That's crazy.
No, right. Well, all right, check this out.
No, I was never get rid of her. I'm like, anyone could be Bronn. I mean, come on. We got rid of Dario.
But now, yeah, but you know why he was blonde and swarmy. I did not like Dario.
He was the best Dario.
He was the best Dario.
Like Dario one. That smile. Did you see that smile? He was going smiling and half naked.
What is wrong with you? He was easily the better Dario. You haven't
the best Dario.
He's not. All right, look, the other Dario.
Was his hair too long for you? What's happening?
It was. Castro was obsessed with his hair.
First of all, I have no hair with any other person on the planet. Thank you very much.
I don't
know. My dress swings long. Okay, this is Rapunzel of the ghetto right here.
Never too much, never too much, never too much.
Oh, shit.
Now we know.
Okay.
Now we know.
Okay. All right. Let's, Olena Tyrell. Morg, you can take it away.
Olena, I don't even know what to say about this. Other than, still, she is the biggest G of this entire show.
Yeah.
Season 1, y'all, or season 2? When did she pop up? Because she came around...
Season 2.
Yeah, she came around when whatchamacallit popped up on the scene. The daughter.
The granddaughter.
Right, Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie. Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, she's been a G from the beginning, and the way that she went out was very respectable.
Jesus.
I know that Jamie was not pleased that he was so respectful. in her
and
immediate backfire on his part. Yeah, in hindsight, immediate backfire.
When she cut her ass up.
Man. Yeah, I just didn't want the Lannisters to best her. That was my disappointment.
Yeah.
That was my disappointment. I felt like she was truly one of the smarter people of the show and could be grimy. You know, not everybody needs to be as grimy as Cersei. But she would be. I mean, she killed her son. So, yeah, I mean, I loved her.
She was always brutally honest with Cersei, which I really liked.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't take no shit. She knew Cersei was dangerous, but she still didn't back down. I remember she told Cersei, "You must be the worst person I've ever met." And she's been here for a while, so she's met some horrible people. Her husband, she even said, you know, her son, she can't stand. But to call Cersei out and show her true reptilian skin, I thought that was powerful on Olena's part. But I mean, I guess it's a little too late. Well, I mean, we all know it was a stupid Tyrion's plan. Can we say that? Can we say that Tyrion's plan led to Olena's death? We can say that, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Tyrion's to blame. Season 7. All bad things.
That is the theme of season 7.
Yeah.
It's Tyrion's fault.
It's Tyrion's fault.
We could do an episode on Tyrion's plans too, because
yeah. It was a lot to be desired on the part of the imp, and I think even to see him all creepily staring at the end, that was typical too. So I mean, I don't know. Are we gonna have any retribution for Tyrion? We only got one season left, and he's been on a downslope ever since he killed his father.
I think he's gonna die.
You think he's gonna die?
Do you? Okay, well, we're gonna get to that, right? That's
some predictions.
He's dodged death a couple of times, though.
He definitely has.
I just need a consequence. I need a consequence for all these dumbass decisions. I need a consequence for all these situations you put people in where they could die. Like, you got to get out.
Well,
you jump out of here, bro.
His biggest consequence before even he dies is if he makes a decision that leads to Dany dying. I think that'll be, like, massively fatal. Like, if he's advising her and she ends up dying. That's
you think
on him.
Dany's going to die?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone thinks Dany's going to die. You think Dany's going to die?
That's crazy. I think the rug's going to be pulled out from a... Nope. On the back of one of them dragons.
You don't think they're going to have a kid?
All right, let's talk for real, y'all. Can they beat the White Walker? Can they beat them? You know how many White Walkers there are? I've been watching shit back and forth. There's not just them 4 or 5 that the cluster. There's ones on the outside of the horde. There's one like every 20 people. I was watching them walk. There's giants. There's 2 giants for every 300 people.
I don't know how you got that count, but that's hilarious. So I
know. I feel like you've done this calculation before too, and we called you out on it because this is ridiculous.
Go look at that. Go look at the last episode.
But
just because you saw a bunch of walkers walking and 3 giants with those walkers does not mean that there is an equal number of giants for the rest of that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's 2 giants every 200-300 row of people. There's 2 giants in that crowd.
That's what, you were saying exactly what I'm saying. You're saying,
yeah.
And I'm saying it's wrong.
Yes.
It's a
okay.
huge guesstimation.
What I'm saying is watch that scene again. That's what I'm saying.
I think
I'm saying you can't make a calculation like that.
You can't.
All right, we're losing the forest for the trees.
The CGI guys don't know how many whites are there.
Stopping this thing? What is really good? Azor Ahai is gonna fall from the sky with a flame.
No, wait. No, here's the thing. We're going down this road because you feel as though this is how Danny's gonna die in this.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna lose.
But why do you directly equate that to Danny? Why aren't you John's going to die because there's all these walkers? Why are you Danny going to die?
Well, because I think that's the big L. If John dies, he already died. Tyrion dies. He's short. Whatever.
John's a little half dead already.
If Cersei dies, then whoa, I wasn't pregnant. And Sansa and Arya, come on now, they definitely dying. Danny.
Okay, so everybody's dying, is what you're
saying.
No.
All
right, dead.
That's all I hear.
A little dead already.
I looked at the map. So this is what I was going to say. The Umbers and the Karstarks, their land is before Winterfell. Mm-hmm. So we might see the White Walkers in action versus those houses. Remember, he did name the kids the leader of those houses, so they wouldn't bring up their names for nothing.
They're going to get walked over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're not going to hit Winterfell that first episode. They don't necessarily have to. But my thing is, when they wrest control of it, is it going to be so dramatic that stops them at King's Landing? That's where the final battle will be, or something
Okay. Let's reel all this back in and go to episode 4.
Episode 4. Who died?
He's intent on killing Danny.
I'm not intent on killing Danny. What are y'all doing? Y'all putting a force field around us? What are y'all doing?
No, but you asked the question. You said, how are they going to win? We already know.
Yeah.
Somebody, anybody, everybody has to do is kill the Night's King. Then everyone is dead. All the whites, all the walkers, it's over.
That's so easier said than done. You don't die from fire.
Of course, but I mean, just to answer the question, how they can win, that's how they can win. Boom, Danny's not dead.
Kill Bran. Okay. I think if we kill Bran, this will all be over.
Afro, I'm going to need you to chill on that.
Hold on, but she did just guess it all.
Bran's not happy anyway, Bran is not happy. He's overwhelmed, okay? He doesn't like us calling him by his name.
He's overwhelmed.
Castro has started this virus. It's infecting everyone on the call. People just going to be killing off people now. Why don't we just kill Sam? Kill Sam. Just throw names in there. Who else we need to kill?
You can't kill Sam yet.
No. Just don't kill any of the people.
Oh, no, I got one for you, Ann. A White Walker's going to kill little Sam and Gilly with an ice spear right through their heart.
You know what? I'm glad you don't write this stuff. I'm going to stop watching. That'll be episode 1. I'm going to start watching in season 3. Season 3 out of the
Episode 1, Gilly and baby Sam.
Exactly, killing kids.
Episode 1, Little Sam.
No. Okay.
I do want to talk about Gilly and Little Sam at some point. Not right now, but I do want to try and understand what their significance is in the show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got episode 4.
all of those Lannister soldiers who got infernoed to death.
Man.
That's who died.
The highlight of that scene was Drogon getting loud and brolic.
I think this is where the season picked it up, and I think this is where the season picked it up a notch. I think this is where the adrenaline hit when we saw Drogon come over. Well, first we saw the Dothraki screamers, even though I think it's racist. I love it to death, but it's racist. Come on, y'all. It is. It is brown people running down with this long hair, running and screaming. A million Jesuses mad at the crucifixion. You know.
Catherine, let me ask you a question. Where are you on this side? Where are you on this side of the Game of Thrones debate? Do you want more people of color in it, or are you okay with the world the way it is?
I think I'm okay with it as is because I don't think they do well with the people of color. With Salador Sand, I don't know. With Adebisi, he was in it for a couple of seconds. Where these guys at? They killed Dorian Martell. He was sitting in a damn chair and killed his ass. He fell off the chair. Like, who's the last significant person of color? Who's the last significant person of color?
Where'd that pirate go?
He's great. Yes, Salador
the mountain.
He's great.
Who said the mountain?
He's great. He's gray skinned. He's gray skinned.
Okay.
Anyway, no.
Moving on.
I challenge y'all. Who's the last person of color of significance on the show? That dude, Zaxor Zai, whatever his name is. He's in a ball.
I guess what my point is, I don't need, I don't need equal representation in Westeros. I just don't. I want to watch a bunch of people of color on HBO. I'm going to watch Insecure, and I'm okay with that.
And Ballers.
Are y'all also okay?
And Ballers. Ballers is the shit. What happened?
And you answered.
But I just seen
y'all
watch Ballers?
Ballers is incredible.
Ballers is awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
It's so great.
So
it's really it's done very well. It's very well
all
shot.
All of you watch Ballers. I'm the only one that doesn't watch Ballers. Okay, got it.
He was like, and
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad after me and Am watched The Strain, one of the historically worst shows ever to grace the television. It's awful.
You gotta stop documenting that. Don't let people know we watched that anymore.
Did you watch the last episode?
Don't bring it up on.
How did we get here? Can we reel it in?
I will edit it out. Do not let people know we watch that show anymore. You told people that like 3 times. Don't
take the timestamp.
Last episode was a big episode for us. We've been with it from the beginning, from the plane, from the infected plane.
I'm editing this out. I'm editing it out.
From us that's been with it since the infected plane, this was a big episode for us, y'all. I don't get it.
It's bad.
Anyway.
They do bad. They didn't do a good job.
I don't know what is going on anymore.
I don't know how we got here now. I asked the question.
Okay. Back to it. Lannister soldiers getting burnt alive by Drogon. Ladies, take it away.
Half, you're up.
What are we talking about?
Decent.
I feel like I didn't do my work.
The Lannister soldiers getting burnt to death, episode 4. That's the death. We're up to.
Oh, that's the end when Dany came in on the dragon for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, it went down. I don't know what else there is to say about that, honestly. I mean, that was the episode where I was, like, legit standing up and cheering again for Dany. I was so excited. I was really stuck in that moment. I didn't think that anything else could happen in the season. Definitely didn't think we could lose the dragon. I was like, oh, you're bullshit, like, dragon shooting device.
Device.
Early technology, whatever. Fuck you. So I was very, like, stunting, like, oh, nothing can ever go wrong. That was also when Jaime and Bronn saved Jaime by tossing him into the water. And that was maybe some foreshadowing because Jaime picked up that javelin and threw it. Well, he was going to throw it at, I guess he was aiming for Dany, but also Dany was by the dragon. So in some ways, like, that kind of foreshadowing to later what happened with her dragging a couple episodes
similar
later.
weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
That was hard.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like thinking back to that moment, like it's like when I'm sorry, it's another sports reference. When your team is up and there's no way they can go down.
No way they can go down.
No way. You're just like caught up in that moment, and you're just like, we just won 4 in a row, 5 in a row, whatever. We're unstoppable. That's how I felt about Danny at that moment.
Yeah.
So
each year with like an additional level of confidence. Like, can't nobody say shit to our squad right now.
Well, this was also her first win this season. Remember, y'all? She was taking the L's. Euron, took the ship. When they ran into Castle Rock, that was a goose egg. And this was like her first win when she stopped listening to Tyrion, coincidentally. And
started listening to Elena, who was like, "Let's be a dragon."
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, one of the great quotes of the season. You're a dragon, be a dragon. We're definitely going to come back to that. Again, I think it was, we said this on, a couple of pods back. I just thought it was really the carnage, the men burning inside their suits, them running to the river banks to try to cover themselves with water.
That was kind of
the aftermath of it, when Tyrion walks the battlefield and there's actually Ash holding a shield. This was definitely like a game changer. And even still, it didn't make Cersei quiver. Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Look at Golden Company. Game of Thrones.
Because she wasn't there to see it, that's why.
Game of Thrones.
Because when Cersei came face to face with that White Walker, she was shook as fuck. She was like,
she was absolutely shook.
Exactly.
She didn't even bridle when Danny came and landed with Drogon. She was just sitting
she just held her composure. She held her composure.
Yeah,
she was
She was also annoyed and shook.
Right.
She was everything.
Stone face. My resting stone face. Yes. Okay, I'll get that.
Yeah, she tried.
All right.
Soaking on dragon dust.
Right. The dragon said. The kick of his head after will definitely let that be a bullet point. Y'all ain't gonna act like ain't a bunch of old sand flying around here. It's like, it's not like they dusted up in there before they came. All right. Episode 5, which is called Eastwatch. We got two main. First one, I think we all talk about. In the second one, we will leave for Af, and she was so fond of this gentleman. First one is Randall Tarley.
I mean, they died at the same time, right?
Yeah. Randall Tarley and Dickon Tarley. Okay.
I think we all were waiting for Randall to get killed at any point by anybody. Like, no one gives a fuck about him.
Yeah, I agree.
This is true.
He could have fallen off the side of a hill. We didn't care. Randall's out of here.
He wanted to whip the soldiers that were working with him to make them speed up. At first, when I heard the line, I thought he was talking about the farmers, to get them to get the crop. No, he meant the stragglers that were in his own, wagon train.
Right.
He was like, give them a warning first. And they were looking like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, he hates his big boned son. I did think that Heartsbane would come back up at some point. I don't know how. That's the sword Sam stole from them from the Great Hall.
Yeah.
I thought one of them might mention it or something like that. But I thought Dickon was being a dick, a dumb one, to jump in there with his father. He definitely should have, maybe took Tyrion's advice and stood back with everybody else. But
it's all he knew. That honor was all he knew. I mean, I can't really blame Dickon. Was it a bad decision? Yes, of course, they got you killed. But I understand why he made the decision. Yeah.
Anybody?
Sam's the head of the house.
You don't have anything on You don't have anything on Dickon, Afro?
No, not really. I'm just glad that we'll always remember him.
One of the most minor characters. Good.
I think the significance is that Sam is the last of the Tarleys, and
right.
Hello.
And he has the sword. So.
Yeah.
But now he can't be head of the house, right? Because he's Night's Watch.
No, he's not Night's Watch anymore. He's not Night's Watch anymore. He's not. He's been out on Night's Watch.
No, I'm saying, but once he got sent there, you can't be head of your house anymore, right? Does that get
once you become a maester? Once you get sent to be a maester?
Yeah, but in either one of those cases, he went to the wall first.
He went to the wall, and his father so-called stripped him.
And he got stripped.
But
right, that's what I'm saying. From that point, you can't undo that and come back unless you're Jon Snow. You can't undo that.
What records they have in the head of your house? Remember, Jon Snow just walked out of the Night's Watch. My watch is done after he died. I don't know. Did somebody write that down? Or he just walked out. I don't think, I don't think somebody was taking notes or something like that, you know what I mean? He just stepped off. He was like, yo, we killed him one time, man. I ain't going there again. I mean, I wouldn't have touched him either. He dumpy, but I'll touch him. But point being, I don't remember anybody writing that down. I remember Sam, Sam been rolling around with Gilly the whole time. Everybody thinks that baby's his. He's been out the Night's Watch. Unofficially. I get what you're saying. But I think unofficially he's been out the Night's Watch. I don't think he's,
I was just thinking, as far as claiming, who can actually claim head of that house now? Is it Baby Sam?
Is it Baby Sam? No.
That's not his blood. No, that's not his blood. Wait, ain't that Crassus kid?
Right? Yeah.
That's Crassus kid all day.
Crassus kid.
Yeah, that baby gonna come into play.
Yeah. He's getting big though. Y'all notice that, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. What's the significance of Baby Sam?
It's true, man. Why is he still around?
Well, they keep him grounded. They keep him grounded. He's a family man. Funny enough, he is, right?
Okay.
What? Boy, he's been running around with this snot-nosed kid and Gilly for 4 seasons at least.
It is true. He's still a baby, though. How is that?
Other side of the wall. They've been, well, he's gotten big. He got hair now. He goo-goo gagas now.
He's not walking. He should be walking. 4 seasons, he should be walking.
No, I thought he was wearing sweaters and shit. I think he's grown or not.
What?
Sweaters?
What show are you watching? Are you watching the other show that baby is in? Is that baby in This Is Us?
He rocked a sweater. I mean, nothing too complicated. It doesn't have a.
No, you can't walk this one back.
You guys got to
It doesn't have an HBCU across the front of the sweater.
No,
it doesn't have an HBCU across the sweater.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about right now?
What happened is Castro's been following this baby's acting career in other shows. And now he's all weaving it back into Game of Thrones. He went on IMDb for the baby, and he's referencing Gerber commercials and a whole bunch of other shit this kid's done.
Yo, I screamed out, what is happening here? What is happening?
What I mean is, the sweater still snapped between his legs, so what the fuck is going on? So here's what I think. I do think Sam is still the last man in the castle. He can go back and get that castle if he goddamn wants to. He can say whatever he wants to his mom. He's the last man of the Tarleys. He could do.
Yeah.
I agree with whoever said, did somebody write that shit down? Doubtful, you know what I mean? He also has, Maester info, so, now we're getting into predictions, so I won't go all the way there, but I do think that it's significant that Sam's the last Tarley man.
All right.
Yes.
Episode 6. We got a long list here, y'all. All right.
Oh, man.
First off, Thoros of Myr. He died of exposure. I guess he died of the cold, right? Because
he died from that goddamn bear killing.
No, he got that
it was a bear kill? But remember, he was
no.
solid.
It was the combination.
It was the bear bite. But
it was both.
Yeah.
It was both.
Fight that wound off. Yeah. And he was just drunk as all hell. Don't mean he was getting any better. I mean, even able to make the walk, he was just drunk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he was drinking that whole time. All right. Well, salute to him. He brought back Barrick 7 times, 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's brought us closer to the Lord of Light, even though he still barely believes in it. I thought it was cool. Well, that wasn't always. He wore his hair down. I'm telling you, I'm watching older episodes. He wore his hair down at first.
Yeah, he did.
Top knot. Yeah, he wore his hair down the first couple of seasons. But I thought he was cool. I liked the little angle. I like when I learned about him through the history and lore and stuff like that. And they did bring it full circle how Jorah said, "Oh man, I remember when you rushed through the breach during the Greyjoy rebellion with that flaming sword." He's like, "I was just pissy drunk, mate." So salute to Thor.
And then he died.
Next up is right before that and kind of after that, one White Walker. Jon killed another White Walker. The little scouting party. And then that's how we found out that if you kill a White Walker, the ones that they raised, fuck y'all, and the ones that they raised come back. They all fall to their death, double death, I guess.
There's a theory out there about that too.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That that was a ruse that maybe the Night's King just made them believe that if you kill one of them, like he fed them false strategy with that.
Okay. That one, I'll give you that one. Man. That sounds pretty solid.
Yeah.
Next up is Viserion. Excuse me.
R.I.P.
That was hard to watch. When he went down into the water, it was just like, jeez. He's dead.
Well, when I saw him get taken out by the one shot, he got taken by the one. It wasn't like he was injured and floating, flapping one wing. That thing went through him. That one spear, one shot. And like Av was saying, your team is up 5 wins. We're not even thinking. I wasn't thinking a dragon was going to die right then. The dragons are the most fierce creatures in Westeros.
But then, how about
not think they were going to die.
Did you think the Night King was going to miss, though? Wasn't there some type of, inevitability? Once he grabbed it, it was like, oh, shit. Something great.
No, it was a definite. There was no question.
Once he grabbed it. Yeah.
It was like,
but I'm the same person that didn't think that Scorpion was anything, and the fact that it actually hit Drogon, that surprised the hell out of me. So the Ice Spear just took it up a whole nother notch. Super surprised the hell out of me. Because also the way it went through its fire mechanism, like remember the fire burst from his belly or something at first, and then he just went down, and his brothers were wailing to the skies. That was hard. That was painful. They were just like, and the other one flew off. I guess Rhaegar was flying right above him when he fell, and then him to fall into the frozen tundra, to fall into the lake, like slipping there after he closed his eyes.
Oh man.
Oh, that was something else.
I know this is getting a little bit too logical, but
oh Lord.
We gotta keep in mind. We gotta keep in mind for future confrontations with the Night King. I know we're like Arya might be the one to kill him, or whoever ends up doing hand-to-hand combat with this guy. This dude had the strength to throw that ice javelin through a dragon, flying all the way up there. Like, remember,
from the ground,
Bronn used a device. He
used
technology to keep the thing that high. The Ice King just threw it. He just threw it.
With his arm and shoulder.
With his arm. It's just,
that was a good point.
With his magic. I mean, he's magic, guys.
I was going to say that.
That's just magic.
I love it.
Let's slow it down. However, that doesn't take away from the strength of the magic. I mean, he clearly is not one easily to be fucked with.
Listen, no. It's javelin magic, not sword or punch magic. You guys got to separate the magics out.
It's all different magic.
It's different magic.
I think Javelin Magic is the name of this episode.
Javelin Magic. And then Am, put in parentheses, not to be confused with blood magic. All right, we have to. we got to keep our magic separate but equal.
Separate but equal.
Separate.
So much magic out here.
And blood magic is very important to us and Brienne.
All right.
So
there was in the same YouTube video we watched discussing the different strategies the Night's King employed. They also discussed him luring the Syrian out. I know we discussed. I think we talked about it in an episode before this podcast. So
yeah, we talked about it. Like he would need some green seeing. And you know what, y'all? Yeah. I'm a little bit more with that because y'all forget. Again, when I'm watching these little clips, it's reminding me of stuff. And when we do the big rewatch, I can't wait. Actually, Jojen was green seeing like nothing. Remember, he was staring at his hands on fire.
It was
nothing. It was like looking through the window all the time. He's seeing future. I mean, he used it against Carl Tanner to not kill him, but he's always green seeing. So I definitely think that the Night's King could definitely. I said definitely twice. Lord have mercy. It's definitely like a green. Oh, third time. It's profoundly a green seer. Wow.
He had a syntax error. Oh my God.
Oh, my head hurts so bad. Oh my God.
It's like
wow.
You legit had a short circuit. Just like
I couldn't think of anything else to say. I said like 3 times in a row. Like I was very aware of. Yo, man, you said that already, man. Yo, you said that already, man.
And now you're saying it again.
Your intellectual profile is going way down right now, bro. All right. After you have any thoughts on Veterian taking the long sweep?
No, it's just sad, I just really wish that it didn't go down that way. Like, I just wish it didn't happen like that. And you know what? It's one thing for him to die, but for him to die and come back, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Does anybody play Yu-Gi-Oh? No. This is like a game that 14-year-olds play. Okay, I'm sorry. I play this game called Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like
know
a card
the game.
trading kind
we know the game. Play it. But yeah, my eyes are wide open.
My eyes are wide
open right now. I don't know the game.
Wide open the card game.
I didn't think I knew anybody that played Yu-Gi-Oh. That's amazing.
Like with the arm
it's
thing.
Some weird nerd shit. We should actually edit this out too. But anyway.
Did you watch the card
game? One of the monsters is Blue Eyes White Dragon. So the moment he opened his eyes, I was like, oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then I saw these memes about it, and I felt very like, nice. I'm not the only. Yeah.
Vindication, awesome. Baby. He loves his company.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So, but I do maintain that Dani is going to be pissed when she see her baby dragon as a fucking she is going to lose it.
Yeah, she's going to lose it. She's going to lose it. No question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll form like a moment of hesitation where, she might get knocked off her dragon, or
like a make or break moment.
Yeah, you think that might happen? Like, what am I to do? Am I to kill the
Tyrion? Like she freezes up to not kill Tyrion and it backfires on him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already dead. So I mean, I hope that's not going to. He's already dead.
Hard, though. That's still hard.
Oh yeah.
He's not ever going to be her dragon again.
It's True. Pet Cemetery all over again, y'all. Gage with a little scalpel. I hated that. I hated Gage with that scalpel. You're no fair, Daddy. I hate little kids in this scary, yo. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that cat was nothing. That cat was nothing to mess with either. Once he resurrected himself. Look, man, stop acting like this ain't close to Pet Cemetery. Y'all are making me feel like my references are out of space tonight.
No.
Say definitely not. Again. Say definitely. Bring it on.
Game of Thrones.
It's a reset. All right.
Game of Thrones. All right. So next up is the final death of the episode. Benjen Stark.
Yeah.
And you already gave a eulogy.
And any one of you. Any one of you can go ahead and take that. I don't know how to. I'm still processing.
Okay. Benjen Stark was a fan service, was a write-in from a book character that they really couldn't figure out how to put in there. And they
Don't be disrespectful.
They slid him in his little slices and slivers, and I thought this is as best as they could get him out there and get the character of Cold Hands out there. So I'm not mad at that. Could he have rode off with John? I think so. But everybody, even John, was acting like if I don't stay and fight, the White Walkers will swarm you, so get off on the dragon. And Benjen did the same thing right then. If I don't stay and fight, the Walkers will swarm you, get on the horse, and ride off.
Benjen never wants to stay around and chill with the family. Like, Benjen's always like, yo, I got to go somewhere. You know,
a deadbeat uncle.
I'm still alive. Was to help you out, apparently. But now I got to go. So there was no way he was going to get on that horse and ride off with John. That's just like, no, that was not happening.
And he's an undeadbeat uncle.
No, he just, he wasn't like. All right, failed to find the humor. I'm sorry. Maybe that was just a little over my head, but I didn't find any humor, man. He's just I'm a people person. He's not good in crowds. So he went to the wall. He comes down, business sometimes, goes back.
You act like you went to college with this motherfucker. Look, the Benjen part and the Viserion part, these are both characters we've been with since early on. So that's the significance. Since season 1, when Viserion was born and when Benjen rode off on his mission, right when Jon Snow got there. You remember that? When Jon Snow finally got to Night Watch, Benjen rolled out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So.
Yeah.
He does not like to stick around.
It's too many people around.
I thought they saw. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. They saw each other in Winterfell, but then they also saw each other at the Night's Watch.
Right. At the wall. Yeah.
Right. Oh, the White Wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the wall.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, toast one to Benjen. I just drank a sip of water. There we go.
You guys did deny me my moment of silence on the actual episode, which we covered way back, but it's all right.
You want to have one now?
Well, look, you got one now.
You want to have one now?
I would love it. That would be awesome. Thank you.
We just did it. There it is. All right, so.
It would. Okay. You know what?
Episode
if you're not going to do it right, then just don't do it at all. Go on to the next episode. What's episode 7? Is that what we're on now?
Episode 7. Littlefinger, Lord Petire Bailey, another character from season 1, episode 1. Right? We met Peter in the first episode.
Yeah.
Long been, with his machinations, doing his baby hands, rubbing his hands together, smiling and snarking. In and out of brothels with his own birds and his own information systems. And, he had it coming. I thought it was very
definitely had it coming.
Did it.
Was this the most satisfying death?
Yeah, top 3.
Satisfying death?
Top 3.
Is this higher than Joffrey?
Top 3 for sure.
Satisfying.
Okay.
Higher than Joffrey? No. But right below Joffrey?
No, definitely not higher.
And above the Bolton boy, what's his name?
Oh, Ramsay.
Yeah. Ramsay. Above Ramsay.
Yeah.
Above below Joffrey.
Oh, we didn't talk about Ramsay. Didn't he die this season? Oh, that was last season.
No, that was last season.
Last season.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
You just acted like how I did.
Number 2 death.
When I realized Richard Pryor was dead.
What?
Yeah, I had
what are you talking about?
I forgot.
You realized Richard Pryor was dead?
3 years ago, I forgot he was dead, and I got sad all over again. It was like having a moment.
Oh, man. That's...
All right. I won't clown you for that. That's pretty rough.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay. Don't do that anymore.
We'll laugh at it later, though.
No. We can laugh.
What are you talking about? Oh.
Littlefinger.
Peter. So here's my thing with his death. I was not prepared for him to just bitch up like that. And you know what I mean? Like, I thought he would have had more graceful.
It was because he went through all them stages so quickly. Like when he went to the table.
He did. He processed through a bunch of things. Like,
yeah, he did.
Wait, can I wiggle out of this? Who do I have to be to get out of this?
Can we go talk? Yeah, that was crazy.
Right. But I guess I still would have expected him, and I think they did a good job, and he did a good job in showing, like, all the parts of him and the facets of him, and that at the end he isn't, like, the type of, you know, he's not a warrior or a fighter or anything like that. So I was just really shocked that he went into that high-pitched voice. And really...
Lady Santa, if we could just have one moment, please.
Please, I can explain everything. Oh, and it was the one right after.
It all. If we could have a moment alone.
Right, it was definitely one right after the other. I'm Lord Bill. Get me out of here. No. Okay. Asante, can I have a minute? No.
Lady Santa.
Lady Santa.
Certainly sent for me.
And then he remember you started straight up crying, right? When he
that's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was hyperventilating. It was snot coming out his nose. He was crying, yo. It was so bad. he was crying like he was going to catch a whipping, yo. It was terrible. I Too late, my nigga.
Oh my God.
Damn, that's one of the videos. That's one of the videos.
Oh man, that's a triggering crime. That's a triggering crime.
No, right?
It is.
We all go through that.
Yeah. Oh man. Ugh.
Well, Peter Bellish, I never knew you. Did anybody think Peter would go this early, not make it to the end? I thought he was going to make it to the end.
No, I didn't.
No, I thought he was going to make it to the end. Oh, you didn't think he was going to make it to the end? I thought he was going to make it to the end.
No,
because remember,
I thought he would make it to the end.
Right. Yeah. Because there was the theory, maybe he would end up on the Iron Throne. I never thought that, but I thought at least he'd make it to the final season,
I thought he would make it to the Iron Throne.
I thought maybe him and Varys, would fall to each other's, tomfoolery or something a little bit more elaborate, but didn't know this was coming. So this is an excellent way for him to go. It was perfect. It really was.
Yeah. It was the right way for him to go.
It was.
And by the family that he did the most to. He did the most to the Starks. He didn't damage anybody to that magnify.
So, there's been a lot of disappointment with that storyline with the Sansa and Arya arc. Did you feel okay that this is what it ended up turning out to? Them just plotting and killing Littlefinger? Was that a payoff, or did it still annoy you?
Yeah, me and Morgan were wishing that this would be the outcome.
Right.
I just very early that scene where they were in Arya's room threw it off a little bit. Oh, and there's a deleted scene, y'all. I wanted to say, I forgot to say this last episode. There was a deleted scene where Sansa goes to Bran and yo, tell me what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then that helps her fill in the blanks and shit like that. But that scene with them in the room kind of threw us off the scent. But I remember me and Morgan really rooting for, it's going to be a Scooby-Doo moment. Like, they're working together. This doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it did annoy me, and this was a big enough payoff for me.
Okay.
The payoff outweighed the dumb fake drama that they created between the two of them. That was total bullshit. I stand firm. I thought it was bullshit from the beginning.
Yeah, you hated it.
But this really did make up for. They needed to look like they were going to descend. They needed to look like that. He needed to be arrogant. And they knew all of that. So it all worked.
Mm-hmm.
I think what sold it though was Littlefinger advising Sansa and pretty much telling her how to catch him in those conversations they were having with each other throughout this whole thing. You know, it was like he was telling on himself. Imagine what the worst thing somebody can do. Sowing the seeds of Arya, you know, planting the letter, all that stuff led to his demise, as opposed to you know, his outcome, which I guess was just
solidifying what.
Yeah, and making Sansa confide in him and stuff like that. So
right.
Afro.
I just wish he wouldn't have bitched up like that at the end. I do agree with Morgan. I'm happy. I do feel like the payoff was enough for me. I was like, when is this going to end? But it was kind of like, okay, so I guess I do have thoughts. It was very reminiscent of Sansa and Arya, right? Like, they always argued. They always annoyed one another, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like they needed to kind of like, it was a manufactured beef, but it was also like, it would have been too, it would have been kind of corny if they came together and was like, I love you, and you always got on my nerves, but now you're amazing, and like, you know.
And just started clicking from the gate. Yeah, that makes that's perfect. And
because even
that
at the
also
end, when Sansa and Arya were after Littlefinger died, and they were standing outside looking over Winterfell, talking to one another, and like, yo, you would be a much better lady than me. I don't want that shit. And she was like, and I forgot what the compliment was that Sansa gave to Arya, and Arya was like, I'll take that as a compliment. And she's like, yeah.
Oh, she said she was like, you're, but she also said I still think you're weird and strange. Something like that was part of it.
Right,
like, I still think you're,
you
know, you're peculiar or something like that. Like, I still don't understand you or something like that to those effect. Like, we're still the sisters that are opposites of each other. And,
exactly.
I totally agree. I totally agree that this also helped us out with two characters that were away from each other for so long. Remember how we always say they don't have time? They haven't made time to sit down and say, oh, you know, I was raped. Oh, I was blind, you know.
Yeah.
Not to make light of the rape, but just like them
I was blind.
going
That's
through.
True.
All those things that we went through. I think this served that purpose by them coming together and kind of seeming apart. This filled in that blank that you do have when people, family, are separated for so long and then come together. And it does have to look a little ugly. It can't be perfect, like I was saying. It can't be like, oh, sister. It's not Celie and her sister reuniting and running away from Mister and stuff like that. So, sorry, y'all. I'm really stretching them tonight.
Say sorry, not sorry. Say sorry, not sorry.
Say sorry, not sorry, because you're not sorry.
Definitely not sorry. The way they did it was annoying in some instances, but it did serve its purpose, and it was a decent means to an end. When we got to the end, it was fulfilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the wall.
Right. The final death is the wall. We've been with it since, I don't know, episode 2. And John went to the wall. So whatever episode. And now it's partially done.
Oh, we got it in 1. We got the wall in 1.
We got it in 1?
It started,
okay.
Yeah.
In the first episode?
With them, episode 1 started with them coming.
The mission and them going up. And another thing we got in 1 that's coming around full circle is the guy that Ned killed. He straight up said, I watched that scene today. I saw a White Walker. I'm not going to change what I'm saying. I saw a White Walker. And he chopped his head off. And now everybody's about to see a damn White Walker. You know. Shoot. So, I don't know. It was very powerful for me. Y'all know I've always been waiting for the wall to come down and what that would mean for the realm. You know, it wasn't by it wasn't by Joramon's. It wasn't Joramon's horn. It was Joramon's horn. All right.
You know what, Castro, now that we have the information that you actually read the books, all this stuff makes sense to me now. Like, you know, because it just seems like where is he pulling this crap?
Oh, these just whims
he's gonna stop.
Well, I'm just pulling at words.
It's like he's just watching too many of these damn videos. You got to know when to pull back. I don't understand, because the videos are based on, you know, other viewers, and they're wild fans. They're wild fantasy, and it's like he's just delving down this fan fiction. But
I digress. I didn't watch any of those Night King theories that y'all have watched. I have 5 videos in the queue, 8 theories for the Night King. What does Night King want? I didn't really want to do that. So,
I saw those. I want to see that. Like, what does he really want? Right.
Some of them are good.
I think I want to be in the mystery realm because some of these
you'll still be in the mystery. You'll still be in the mystery realm.
It is. Yeah. It's not so solid that you're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's all revealed. Like, not at all.
No. But it's good. They're good, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but they raise more questions than answers. It's not, it's not like super.
As long as they're not bringing in Azor Ahai, I'm done with that. Until the script shows me Azor Ahai, until I see somebody say, has anybody even said it in the show? Somebody said it, right?
That's why I'm saying no one knows what you're talking about. It's not mentioned at all. I can say with
does Melisandre? No, in the actual show.
In the show, they've never said it?
No, they
Melisandre has to.
Melisandre has. She said it.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else has said it. Yeah, she said it.
Okay.
Because remember, she thought Stannis was Azor Ahai for that whole time. But other than her, though, nobody else says it, and it's not like one of those old folk tales either. Nobody brings it up. So
right.
I know I'm veering off, but I don't want to hear about that anymore because you got to show me some evidence. And now that we know that Beric, North Thoros had Lightbringer, that's another Azor Ahai thing. Don't bring up Lightbringer anymore. Those motherfuckers can just light up their swords and call it a day.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I watched them.
Were you okay with the way the wall came down? It didn't come down the way you wanted it to, but were you okay with it?
No, it didn't come down the way I wanted it to, but that all that stuff made sense when I started seeing the army that they're making their way over there. Remember, we had the speculations about them just walking around on the frozen water.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it makes sense knocking off that end and then the rest of it fall off into the water. It makes sense. Again, it gives more credence to your philosophy, Sam, about the Night King being a strategist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole reason it's taken 7 seasons for him to do that. He wasn't going to hit the wall until he had his game breaker, and he finally got one. Right. I don't think he had any clever ways of digging or anything like. We thought they were right there from episode 1, that they're right by the wall, but they never were that close. Because remember, that's where the free folk camped out before Stannis invaded them. They were in them forests at the last point when they were moving south. So I think it was very powerful for me. I hope. That's why I didn't put them on the death list. I hope Beric and
Tormund
are alive and hanging off something. I won't mind them dying as soon as the episode starts, but I need them to have like a satisfying
on-screen
death on screen.
Yeah.
I won't be mad if I see one of them crushed by ice, and one of them and the other one, survivor one, says something. What if they ran?
Whatever for Barry.
What if they ran up the wall? What if they just ran forward, not tried to run down, like to the part that didn't get broken off?
On top of the wall.
What if they? Yeah, on the top. What if they just kept running?
Sure. Whatever needs to happen for me to get Tormund and Brienne back on screen together. I don't care how you work.
I don't know if that's happening.
Whatever. I don't. You cut it up however you want. I just need.
That's a far way. That's not. Well, how is that going to happen? Somebody give me a scenario.
Because she's coming to fight. They got to fight. They're fighting the common foe. It's going to happen. Don't take
but
that away.
The army is in between them now, man. As they're marching down, he's still at the wall and she's on the other side.
Good.
It might never be, man. Sleepless in Seattle, man.
Paying attention. All right.
You got mail.
What's going on? Seattle.
Yeah, he gave us that.
I'm going deep, Wong. I'm going deep.
Oh my God, you are all the way there.
Game up, All right.
Game up.
Okay, we are getting
a new favorite song for sure.
We've talked about the episodes as we're going through. I don't think we need to go into any further. I think we can let the listeners know we have some guest callers that might or might make appearances on this show, on this episode.
No, that will make appearances. Yes.
On this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have we've had guests. I don't know what point of the episode. I don't know where Am's brain is messing me. So thanks for the guests for being here.
There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Create the book.
I want to thank the guests for their input. Whoever y'all are out there, thank you.
Okay.
Don't get specific. Don't get specific.
See?
Okay. You were doing great.
You were doing great.
Was I doing great? Did it feel great?
Yeah. I mean, no, but you were cleaning it up.
She said, I mean,
no. Hey, guys. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. We got everybody here? Is everybody here?
Yeah. Everyone's here. Yeah.
We're all here.
Oh, shit. Look at this. Hey, everybody. Oh, wait. Is this like a PG joint? Oh, wait.
No.
PG. No.
No. It's way past PG. It's way past PG.
Got you. Yeah. I won't be, like, overly ignorant, but, you know, it will get ratchet at some point there.
I mean, we're rated Game of Thrones. There's everything happens there.
Yeah,
there's incest, there's everything. So.
Yeah, penises going on, dragon penises. People.
Well, we haven't seen one of those yet.
I want to welcome. I would like to welcome Lord Rah, the house niggering.
Yes, sir. Hi.
It's hard to say without laughing. So you are House Greenlee. We are House niggering, and we are a podcast has no name.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was supposed to say it with me. I did the dramatic.
No. We're not even playing that game.
I've heard the outtakes. I know how these two intros go. Be like 30 minutes later, like, oh, okay, so what are we here to do? Like, no.
So, Ross, for the benefit of listeners, where are you calling in from, and what exactly do you do?
I'm calling them from my lovely studio here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm a professional musician. I am a massage therapy center co-owner with my lovely wife, Rah Sungee. And as busy as I am in being a father, I am still an impeccable slacker. So, you know, I watch a lot of TV and stuff, you know. And amidst all of this, I still got all that going on. And I have other habits that we won't talk about here. But just know I'm from the House Greenleaf. But, you know.
Okay. So what brought you to Game of Thrones? How did you come across Game of Thrones?
You know what? It's interesting. Like,
I told them.
Yeah,
I told them
a lot of people was telling me for like maybe the first 2 seasons, and I was like, okay. And I didn't have HBO, so I wasn't really like, you know, I really didn't hear about it, you know, extensively. And then, you know, I got HBO, tried to watch it, couldn't do it. I kept watching it at like 1 a.m. with my House Greenleaf, you know, habits, and I'm like, what's going on? I was like, there's a dog, and then there's these people with blue eyes. Why they cut the head off? I don't understand. I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow this guy. Oh, he's dead now. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. You know what? Maybe now is the time for this. So, you know, I just kind of gave it some time because I've always been really into fantasy and stuff, but you know, like in the case of a series, you know, I really got to pay attention. So it took about 4 tries for me to really get it. So one day I decided at 1 p.m. I was like, you know what? Let me watch this now. And I haven't stopped since then.
Nice.
Since. So I was like, yeah. Nice. So, you know, we've just been watching it, especially, you know, dealing with a lot of things in a political context. And, you know, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings meet Dallas and shit like that. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that, you know. And it was
perfect comparison.
Too.
Yeah, Who killed JR? Who killed Jamie?
Makes a lot of,
who killed JR?
Exactly.
Makes a lot of Dallas references. So, yeah, that was hilarious.
I have made a couple of Who Killed JR, and nobody laughed.
That's all I thought about this whole thing. I'm like, why is everyone so rich? That daggone Westeros oil running around there, man. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, what we come to find out in this last season is everybody's rich because everybody's invested in the new Uber megabus transportation system that they used on season 7 to get everybody around. Everybody put in stock on this teleportation stuff, and then they just rolled it out, and now there's gold aplenty.
Hey, but you know what, though? Exactly just like that. When Cuz was running back to the wall, when they saw all the walls, all I could think was those Olympic walkers, you know how they be shuffling real fast?
with their shoulders, walking like Conor McGregor with their shoulders. Yep. Gotta keep going. But don't run. No. I'm close to running. Oh, wait, slow down. Okay, I'm still walking.
Right. They running like they got to use the bathroom or something. I'm like, yo, they was like, what took a whole season before to walk, they be like, man, let's go. Then all of a sudden they're there with a new jacket.
They were there.
I'm like, where these jackets coming from? Why she got a new jacket for wherever she's going? She said, they over the wall? All right, let me go get my white fur out. Let me go get my polar bear fur out.
That's right.
That's why the dead polar bear was pissed. They skinned him for Daenerys, and he remembered. He's like, hey, fuck y'all.
That is actually perfect. Dead polar bear fur. That's the new one on. That's Kanye's new line. Kanye season 4. Dead polar bear fur.
Dead polar bear fur, huh?
Yo, let's get to the outline.
Yeah, let's get to the outline. So, Rah, we had a couple of topics we wanted your input on. First, Arya killing off the phrase.
All right. Yeah. So that was one of the big moments of the season. I think that everybody was waiting to see her reach that level on her list. Because to be honest, most of the kills on her list was from, oh my God, like some real ugh, oh my God, dude fell on the sword, oh, okay. Even though the Hound didn't get killed, she really didn't do that. She just kind of I'm just going to walk away.
Right.
That's really easy for me to do. But this is one where it's really all right, now she done take all these things that she picked up on this long-ass walk that she's been taking, and now she's really truly mastered, the many-faced God approach to everything. You could see that she picked whose face she was going to take, how she was going to go about it, how even the people that she had to kill in the interim before she got to the king, how she had the finger soup and all that shit. I was like, whoa. But she really implemented the sickness of her plans. You could see that she's really turned into that true assassin. It's like Cuz that she met that was getting in. She's like, yo, there's 18 guards right there. How are we gonna get him? He said, I'll be right back. And then all of a sudden everybody's there. She's now at that level. Now, the crazy thing about that was, all the Stark children have gone through these intense changes. You see them now, and then it's funny when you look at the flashbacks, everybody did the same thing. When the season ended, they went back to season 1 and just started again. It's by the time I finish, it'll be 2019. But, you look at the kids there, and you're like, Jesus, this is the same people? They ain't different actors. It's the same people, but you're like, wow.
Right.
These people are weathered. They are weathered. Now, and that's insane. I mean, in the case of Sansa, now we got a new warrior on our hands. But case of Arya, you got to think about it for a second. You're just like, damn, that Arya that we used to know with Needle and everything, that was just like a tough little, this little Spitfire or whatever. Now this is this is like a dark ass baby Hound right here.
Yeah.
This is what we're looking at. And that's the thing. It's like that new coldness, and you really see that in the servant girl who she was portraying to kill everybody and everything. It's like, that servant girl had to die for her to be able to do that.
That is true. That's something we learned in hindsight.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was about to kill Sansa. If she didn't hear a couple of little key things here, and we still don't even totally know when she heard everything that really turned her off of Sansa and on the Littlefinger, this is now a person that was ready to kill her sister, who she walked 5,000 miles to see. She was about to walk just so she could cut her face off and be a princess for a day because she was pissed off. That's crazy.
But no, wait. Wait. here's the thing, though, because, all the reveals come about, the Starks actually getting together. Do any of us think that she could have stomached being Sansa? Like, don't y'all think that would have, like, turned her stomach, like, being that proper and being a lady? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, she really decided.
I think she would hate it. I think she would hate it, and I don't think she ever had interest.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe there was something going with Littlefinger trying to lead her down that line, but just her being that way. We're about to get into. We're gonna have a rewatch for the show. You're gonna see that they were very much opposite, and I think that would be the last thing she wears.
Yeah.
But
And that's the thing, when you really go back to the beginning, that first episode, just watching that first episode and seeing the people that are still alive that are present already, you see that stark difference. And they even, strongly illustrate those differences there. That's when you see Arya running around shooting arrows behind Brandon, climbing, running around acting crazy and all that shit. You see Sansa like, no, there is dirt over there. My dog's name is Lady. My dog never bites anybody. You see, his dog wasn't even over there biting nobody. That was the other one. So it's like, she had a pussy-ass dog, too, as big as he was. And, so you just see, like, even though she's... This is what it's like when I watch Game of Thrones. No sophistication.
So,
that's the Dallas
we have
half
the next
of it.
question for you. We want to ask you about Elena telling Daenerys to be a dragon. What are your thoughts on that?
So Nana Tyrell, she rest in peace. That was everybody's favorite character. Now, her telling Daenerys to be the dragon, that's what she was saying, the whole thing about, like, look, all these people in here, you see him, you see your little boy that you're talking to and all that stuff that he's all talking slick, that's a sheep right there. And that's an important thing. That foreshadows a lot, which I'll get to in a second. But, she's basically saying, like, look, you can come in here with your, like, look, I want to be a good king. I want to be a good princess, and I want to, I don't want to, like, look, you can tiptoe around this shit all you want to if you want. You do got some dragons, so maybe you'll win, but you know how you're going to win with your dragon? If you use them. So, like, look, and, basically she's just trying to tell her, like, look, all that shit you're saying sounds good. Tyrion talking about, I could talk my way through this. It's like, yeah, okay, but look, Cersei's crazy. You see, Euron drowned himself and came back, and he ain't no weird king. That dude fights for real. So it's just like, you could try. You go talk to Euron and see what you go say, or you could let the dragon do the talking. So now the thing is, it's weird because it's coming from so many different angles with her. See, like Nana Tyrell, she's smart enough to know, like, all right, I'm not going to sit here and try and square up to Cersei. She's too crazy and she's too rich. She's just too powerful. She's got too much influence. Too many people scared of her. Too many people in her pocket and all that, So she's like, look, I'm not going to square up to her, even though I'm like, fuck her. But, like, look, I see who can. That's why she sided up with Dany in the first place, She was like, yeah, she's cool, and I know she's going to beat Cersei. And I know that she's raw right now. She don't really know what the shit is like. She's been through some shit, but none of that is anything like the political Dallas side of this. She went through everything with the Dothraki and everything, and that's so
totally different cultural appropriation, like,
that's a different kind of beast,
Like even the way Westeros view Essos, they think they're savages. I mean, not the cultivated cities, but majority of them, the Dothraki, the Unsullied, they keep talking about savagery. I always talk about the implied racism, how to, think of the brown people that are over there, because a lot of brown folk over there and shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, indeed, bro. All right, we got another question for you. Yeah, one more for I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you
no. So yeah, another thing. So half of that is her just like, all right, this is my only way to really get back at Cersei. And that, I mean, she killed her entire, lineage of her family.
Right.
In one swoop, and was just like, oh, well, sorry, but they all had to go. She pissed me off. So she was like, cool, you know what? I got something for you. You know, so she's already, so half of her is like, all right, you know what, be a dragon, burn her up, because I know she ain't got nothing for that, you know, or so she thinks. You know, she ain't got nothing for that. But she's also telling her the truth, you know, from a, like, real compassionate state. Because of the way that, you know, like, I had to go back and watch it. I thought they were saying that in that main counselor, but that was in that private one-on-one conversation. And she's basically telling them, like, look, that we are the world shit, I feel you. I understand that you don't want to be an asshole. I understand that you don't want to be crazy. I understand that you want to give people that choice. These motherfuckers aren't trying to listen to you. You're going to have to make that choice at some point. You know, it's like there's always going to be collateral damage. You know, if you know, so she's saying, like, look, I understand you don't want to be like that, but you're going to have to be like that. And she's telling her, watch your little boy over there, because, you know, he, you know, you keep seeing him meeting with Jamie, and he may mean well, but through it all, it's like you're not meaning well. You're not wanting to hurt anybody, trying to talk your way out of everything. It's like, look, people are not trying to hear that. Start to sleep with her twin. Do you really think you can have a conversation with this lady? No, you can't have no conversation with her. She's operating around the city butt naked. She had dookie thrown at her. You think she's ready to listen to anything that anybody got to say? No. Nah. She had dookie thrown at her. So, come on, man.
That's an
you can't tell her nothing.
Can't tell her nothing. That's an excellent segue into the other point we went your input on. Jamie leaving Cersei. Like, when that happened, like, where were you?
Shoot, me and my wife was right here in the studio watching that Joker, and I was just like, I knew that he was going to turn, because he really went through the boot camp of life. And that's what this entire series has been about him. And that's one of the main things, especially if you do know the literature, when you look at this, you know, the reason why a lot of people's perspectives are told in the first person in the book is because all of this is about changing, which is why, like, from my previous point, what Nana Tyrell was saying, is like, you about to be really hardened, so you might as well get started now. Same thing with him. We first see him. He's a pretty boy. He's arrogant. He can fight for real. So he really, you really can't tell him shit. So you's like, all right, how can we get through to somebody? All right, send him on the expedition. He's way out there. He ain't got Cersei kissing his ass. He ain't got, you know, all his riches around him like that. Cool. So now he's getting a little bit dirty. He's still talking his shit a little bit, even though he's locked up, because he just knows, like, you know, as soon as I get out of here, I'm fucking everybody up. I'm going to smash your wife, da-da-da-da-da. I smashed my sister. Look at that. You know, like, so they're like, all right, cool. Boom, there goes your hand. Now you really can't. You see how his demeanor changed. He was just like, damn, I really can't say much because I can't even wipe my ass right now, nor wash my face. I know I look crazy because I've been locked up forever. And I can't fight, so whatever somebody's saying to me, I just gotta kind of take it, you know, and you know, and through all of this, the long interaction with Brienne, where he sees like a woman, where he's like, you know, I don't think I could take that one down, and just talking to her and her caring for him when he looks like and feels like and is shit, basically. It just really changes things with him, and he's like, and like with him, I feel bad for him because it kind of shows the multiple levels of everything. It's like, yeah, sleeping with your sister, that's your twin. It's fucking crazy. That's weird, but you see the genuine love that he has for her, and
she's
especially
the only
for
woman.
The kids. You know, what I'm
she's
saying?
The only woman he's ever loved. Yeah, think about that. Like his entire life. That's it. It's like. It goes further than like a high school crush or a long lost love. Like for real, that's his only love from the moment they were born. In the book, they say that they were grabbing each other's arms. Like when they pulled one out, the other one came because they were holding. I can't remember who came first. I think it was Cersei. And they pulled her out. Jamie was holding on to her arm and pulled him out too. So like they've been connected. So like, you know, we it is like ill and squeamy, and you know, just for layman fans, they just see it like, I can't believe y'all watch something like this, but Right. They've done a great job of really making us believe in their love and the psychosis that comes from that love.
Sure. Right, yeah. And in this scene, with their conversation there in the war room and all that, it's like you really see, that's one of the first times that Jamie outwardly shows and expresses his true fatherly love for all the kids that passed, you know. And for certain, even though he's like, now that he's been away and he's seeing things from a different standpoint, he's just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Did you just see what came out that box? Like, look, fuck this dude, but we'll talk about that next week. First of all, there's a dead guy coming around here eating people, and then there's this other dead guy throwing sticks at people. It's like, come on, like, let's, you know, right now, that thing is like, fuck everybody. So we all got to come together. And it's like, and she's so fixated on herself, sort of, so fixated on herself that, you know, it's like she can't see that. He's just like, yo, you are really crazy. You really don't understand that, like, there is no them. Like let
it's all of us
get killed. It's like we're all going to get killed. It's just maybe tomorrow, but today for you.
You can't make it through the fog that is Cersei. She's going to cloud herself and cloud her mind, you know?
Yeah. So clearly that was, you know, his moment, the true moment where all of the things that have culminated over all this time, him really learning how to think, talking to Tyrion, seeing things from Tyrion's point of view, seeing things from Brienne and other people's point of view, basically being like a peasant. You know, if you think about like Dark Knight. Yeah, you know, you think about Batman Begins, how Bruce Wayne went through his journey when he was mad and Maroni tried to come in and kill him, and he was like, look, man, you don't even know what it's like to really be desperate. So don't come down here talking about me because I'm doing crime, man. Look, I tried it your way and it didn't work. So he's like, live a day in my shoes, then talk to me about what it's like to be me. So he's like, cool. And he lived like a bum, got locked up, you know, and all that. So Jamie involuntarily went through that. And that change really sparked who he became. And that scene was really like the culmination of that. Now, the flip side of that, just like I'm talking about, you know, you see things from a different level. Like this show is like the true devil advocate of itself. So with Cersei, she really breaks down like, this is why I'm this much of an asshole. This is why I'm so damn cutthroat. Is because all I got is my family, and people keep taking everybody in my family. You know, and you're like, damn. When you think about it from that way, she has had it really rough. She was like, you know, my little brother, who hated my dad, had killed my dad, had done all this crazy shit to my family, also, quote unquote, killed my mom. Now, granted, he didn't know it wasn't his fault, but still, you know, like, I don't have a mom because of you. I don't have a dad because of you. You know what I'm saying? This lady over here, you know, sent her daughter in knowing that she was weird to mess with my son. I had to kill her. I couldn't even reach my son anymore, so now he's gone. My other son was, even though he was crazy, I was still my son. He's dead. My daughter didn't have shit to do with shit, and this lady gonna kill her. Like, you know, you mad at me, come talk to me. You killed my daughter that had nothing to do with nothing, you know, so she's like, yo, I've got to protect my family. So she was like, when I saw that thing come at me, and it's funny, in that whole scene, you see these Dothraki, you see all these people, everyone else in her army is like, yo, I tried to fight that dude. He's crazy. He jumped off the damn horse. He ate my horse, threw it at me. You know, like, come on. Like, they all like, yo, look at these motherfuckers that we talking to. What are we talking about? And then she going to fly in on a dragon, walk the dragon down the damn wall, and Cersei still just sitting there like, I've been here for a long time. The fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, yo, she is bold. The only hint of emotion came from that dead thing coming at her. So, and she straight said, she's like, I am sick of my family dying, and I'm not letting it happen ever again. So you like, wow. You know, so you like, then you put yourself in them shoes. It's like, how is she any different than anybody else?
Good point.
No
you are humanizing her a little bit. I'll admit you're humanizing her a little bit. Real quick before we let you go. Yeah. Before we let you go, let's discuss theory real quick.
Yeah.
So we've been seeing all over the net. I don't know if you watch any of the other videos and different things people come up with. There's a theory that Bran is the Night King. What do you think about that?
I thought that long before I saw that. I thought that when he first saw the Night King and the Night King looked up at him and touched him, that is the key to everything that happened at the wall and Bran turning into the damn Undertaker with his whole demeanor. It's just like, you have no personality whatsoever. You have no legs, no personality. Come on, man. Like, how are you going to get through life here? But that's what it is. Now, the same way that the Night King touched anybody else, you're dead or you got blue eyes. So, you touched him, warding into the past or whatever, or, into in the Ravens. So, he didn't touch him to the point where, he's a straight White Walker. But Bran submerging himself in that three-eyed raven, mindset and everything, that has completely, engulfed him. Almost like, Indiana Jones when you drink that black sleep in Temple of Doom, and, Indy was one of them chanting, and all of a sudden the fire woke him up. It's going to take something like that to kind of wake Bran up from that. But that's the thing. I think the three-eyed raven, what he warded into, is kind of stuck in his mind. So he's like, that's why he's kind of walking around. But that also unlocked, all the spells and all that stuff that kept, the White Walkers and the Whites and everything from getting through the wall. Because you see, even if it took the dragon to burn down the wall for them to be able to go, they knew to just go over there,
True.
And because Bran has that all-seeing eye now, when the Night King touched him, he got some of that sight. That's how when Daenerys and them swooped in before that. The reason why they surrounded them was A, because of the ice, and B, because they knew, all right, he's probably going to call old girl. So either we can just kill him and it's over with, or we can wait for old girl to come, and then let's see what she's bringing with her. And that's why, as soon as the dragons came, he waited a second. He let Viserion go ahead and burn them few. And he's just like, all right. And then he just walks. So you see, dude already had the spear waiting. So he was like,
oh, yeah, he was ready.
Yeah, he just
he was ready.
He was like, yo, what's my shit?
Yeah.
What's my thing? He was like, all right. And he was just like, boom, he knew it. It's because he has that all-seeing eye now. So he knew what he was looking for, and he was just waiting. So he was like, all right, now is when I'm going to get that. And that's all because of Bran. And one of the big things, and I saw it, and I thought I saw it, but I didn't rewind, and then right afterwards somebody put it on Facebook, so I wasn't crazy. The Whites are definitely in the shape of a direwolf when they're walking past the wall.
Wait a minute. Where are you? Whoa. Yeah. Don't go too far. So,
yeah.
Man, because you bring up all that stuff. But you got to wrap it up because we got a couple more calls to take. Rah, thank you tremendously for your input. We look forward to having you back on some future episodes as we recap the first season and do some more season recaps. So,
indeed,
thanks for calling in, man.
Pleasure.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for having me, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you.
Peace, Rob. Peace.
Right, cheers. Welcome to the call. For the sake of the listeners, what do you do and where are you calling it from?
This is Jordan Guerra calling. I'm calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And by day, I am a freelance writer and audience engagement manager over at the Philadelphia Citizen. I also write for verysmartbrothers.com/theroot. By night, I am a backup singer and a wannabe comedian and podcaster.
Okay.
Oh my! So you do it all. You could have just said that.
I do a little bit of everything. My paycheck does not reflect that.
I hear that, sister. I hear that.
Oh, here you go. Jordan,
if anybody wants to let me a whole $5, that'd be cool.
We got to
see how the call.
the one.
We got to see. Yeah, we got to see how the call goes, and then if so, the PayPal will be pending.
All right. Okay, cool.
So, what brought you to Game of Thrones? How did you get into Game of Thrones?
What brought me to Game of Thrones was an ex-boyfriend, no longer in that relationship, but he told me, you really got to get into Game of Thrones. And I was like, that stupid show with the dragons. Like, I thought it was like Xena Warrior Princess, Hercules. Like, no offense to those shows, love them dearly, but I thought Game of Thrones was like, boobs and dragons. So I wasn't interested when it first dropped. And just so happened to, I think in between season 4 and 5, I believe, I finally got my hands on somebody's HBO Go password, and I decided to just catch myself up. So over the course of like 5 days, we just binge-watched Game of Thrones, and I was hooked immediately. Spoiler alert, when Ned died, I was like, oh, this is a different type of show.
No doubt.
And I was hooked immediately. Yeah, love it.
Excellent. Because, with Ned dying, like you said, that, for me, was like, oh, anybody can get it. It's a wrap. Oh, okay.
Right.
Because who wanted Ned to die? Absolutely nobody. Why are you killing off our favorite character immediately? So, yeah,
I was like, oh, so he'll I didn't know how he was going to get out of it. I was like, oh, so, like, Varys is going to come and, like, help him escape, or, like, what's going on here? Even to when that sword was dropping down, I was like, this is getting good. I don't know how he's going to get out of this. But it was Sean Bean, so I should have known that he was going to die, because Sean Bean died and everything.
Jordan, that's what I was going to say. It is Sean Bean. That's the tip I had. Okay, so Jordan, this is Castro. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good, girl. Girl. All right, so look.
Okay.
Okay, slow down.
So stop it. Y'all know me. So we have a couple of topics we wanted your opinion on.
Sure.
And I'm gonna ask you the first one. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm in a high-speed, Fast and Furious race. There's cars zooming by me. All right. So the first topic is Daenerys and Drogon attacked the loot train. What did you think about that set piece and scene?
When I watched that, I'm going to shout out a local comic shop here in Philadelphia, Amalgam Comics and Coffee House. If you're in the area, you should definitely visit. Owned by the first black woman-owned comic book shop, I think in the country, but definitely in the East Coast. So they do a screening of the show, or they did a screening of the show every Sunday. So during that scene, I almost got kicked out because I'm pretty sure I screamed out, "Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room to catch?" Hype.
That's the title of the show, and the whole thing. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't like everything else is like, is like. Nothing else can compare to that. Daenerys coming in on her dragon. I don't even want to I need to have a dragon. Like, I'm jealous of her. I need to have a dragon in my life. But it was like a game changer, like combo breaker. Like it was everything. It was everything and more.
Yeah, we were digging it. We reviewed it one time, a couple episodes back, and we all agreed. And we all confess that we're all standing up on our proverbial couches, screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we all get really amped up when it's a Danny run. I scream. Neighbors might call the authorities, and then I just give them the Game of Thrones sign out the window, and everybody goes back to normal.
Everyone understands.
What was the brother Charlie? What was his name? Dickon, something.
Dickon.
How dare you forget his name? How dare you?
Dickon. We have a memorial for Dickon every episode. He is a very dear and dear friend to the podcast, and he appreciates how much love we give to Dickon. So, all right. So check this. The next joint. Euron attacks Yara's fleet. What do you think about that thing?
Euron is just the actor that's doing that role is doing a really good job because I cannot stand that guy. He's like, like great value, Russell Crowe, I call him. Like, I really can't stand him. He kind of reminds me of like Pacey from Dawson Creek to you a little bit. Like, I just can't stand the guy. But yeah, Yara, they were having too much fun. So you knew that something was about to go down. And Theon was going to be the man to save the day. Poor little Theon, poor little Tink Tink. Yeah, but yeah,
poor
you're
little
on. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that was my
was
opinion. When I saw that scene, I was like, what are you gonna do?
And we saw what he did. Yeah, Theon jumped in the water. It was a wrap.
Wreck 'em Ralph.
He couldn't handle it.
What are you gonna do?
I told y'all before, even though we knew Theon would step in those shoes, there were people right by his feet getting their ears and tongues chopped off. Incredible. So
he wasn't ready.
I'm just saying it. It took the phantom nut knee. I don't even know what that scene is.
He was. He wasn't ready.
I get on Theon's case and I call him a coward and everything, but I can't fight. Like, if I'm out with my friends and they get jumped, like, I'm cool with Theon. I'm just now you see me, now you don't. Like, I'm cool with Theon.
We know, yo.
Who am I to judge? Really?
We know. Tony, you gonna dip off on me? You gonna dip off?
I will have my ducky suit on real quick.
Hey, yo.
That is hilarious. Wait, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, Scott, real quick. I'm sorry. All right, so there is this next scene is one of Castro's favorite scenes. He loves. I'm sure you probably heard this listening to the podcast. He loves all the heartfelt, sensual moments between Danny and John. He loves that.
No, I don't.
He loves it.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
Castro.
No, I don't.
Honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So we're on the ship. John almost died. Benjamin saved the day. R.I.P. Benjamin.
That has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, we're talking about when.
I can't believe we didn't get through a cast to get through something without you bringing up Benjamin Stark.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. I'm muting myself.
Finally, John bends the knee. After all these episodes, I'm not going to bend the knee. You tripping? I'm not going to bend the knee. You bend the knee. I'm the king of the north. I'm not bending. He bends the knee. What did that mean for you?
Well, it was a long time coming. It was inevitable. Danny just has that good, I guess, because, she just has these men. She's got, the old head that had grayscale. Like, all these men are just in love with her. Like, she's got that magic touch, I'm assuming. Now, is it gross? Yeah, it's definitely gross. I'm getting into the sex scene. You didn't really ask me about that. You asked me about bending the knee. I guess it works. I think that not Arya, but the boring one. What's the other sister's name?
Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa.
The boring one.
Sorry. The boring one, the one with the talentless one.
Lady Sansa.
Lady Sansa. I think that there's going to be hell to pay when he gets back to the North, because he's the king of the North, and he pretty much just kind of, submitted to this queen in another land. So I think that Lady Sansa is probably going to feel betrayed. I don't know how those other men in the North and Lady, the little girl, Lady,
Mormont.
Lady Mormont.
Lady Mormont. Yeah.
She don't
Let's
play.
not forget,
so,
y'all. Let's not forget. This is actually paralleling what happened to him at the Wall in the Night Watch. He was leading them in new directions. He was taking them to places they never been, and Ollie stabbed him, bitch ass Ollie. So I'm just saying, let's just keep that in mind. He's on, like you're saying, Jordan, he's gonna come back to the North, doing brand new things. You know.
That new will have you doing brand new things. But Jonzo's not the smartest, nail in the shed. He never has been. He knows nothing, Jon Snow. So it's inevitable that it's gonna. I'm just waiting for next season that's coming in 2025 because it's gonna stir up.
Yeah. It's gonna be immediately intense. Get the intensity.
Morning popping.
All right, so let's hop into a theory. Who do you think? Because now Littlefinger's been eliminated. A lot of people thought maybe he would end up on the Iron Throne. Littlefinger's gone. Who do you think at the end of the series is going to be on the Iron Throne?
Okay, I'll tell you who I think is going to end up on the Iron Throne, and I'll tell you who should end up on the Iron Throne. So right. I don't think Cersei, I don't think Nisa, Daenerys, I don't think either of them make it all the way to the end and end up on the Iron Throne. I think I would have to definitely say that, I don't know. That's a hard question because, you have these White Walkers and, there's these political, all this political play going on. But at the end of the day, the White Walkers are coming. So does it really matter who ends up on the Iron Throne if it's not the Night King? I think the Night King ends up on the Iron Throne at the end of all of it. The last episode right before the credits. I would like to see Arya Stark end up on the Iron Throne because she's definitely earned it.
Oh, that's a dark horse.
Okay.
I would never even think that Arya would. That's a great one. I like that.
Yeah.
And the Night King actually think he'll sit down on it, sit down on it, and then have a big orchestral crescendo, dun dun, and then we go to black.
And then
I
would stand up and applaud. It sounds right to me.
He'd be embraced by the White Walker community.
No, Am, no.
What?
See, no.
What?
See, you're going too far. We're talking about a maniacal presence sitting down on a metal chair. We're not talking about him appointing neighborhood watchmen and them having Tupperware parties in King's Landing, the little Iron Walkette. That's not how the White Walkers work.
Parties.
No.
They got
With snowball fights, they're gonna have snowball fights over the ashes of the Sept of Baelor. That's what the White Walkers are doing all of this for.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying they're sophisticated and it's not too far fetched. That's all I'm saying.
Goodness. All right. Well, you let me just tell you this. When I see a White Walker Bridge Club, I will give you all of the props I've ever held from you in our entire friendship. Understand
this guy?
White Walker Bridge Club. That's when I'll give up the ghost.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll wait for that. Jordan, thank you tremendously for your time.
Thank you guys. It was so much fun.
I'm glad you had fun. Look forward to having you call in with this next season we have coming up, and then also for some of the recaps from the previous seasons, because we're going to do the whole rewatch.
Oh, yeah, I would love that. If we make it, we all in this together, but if we make it to, the last season of Game of Thrones, I would definitely love to be back on the show. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Peace.
Alex.
Hello, Alex. It's Alex.
Bam.
Hey. Welcome.
What up?
Welcome to the call, Alex.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Excited to be here.
What's up, Alex?
I know you get it a lot. Well, before we kick it off, I know you get it a lot, with the last name and everything. Alex Jones. Yeah.
Absolutely. Not that Alex Jones.
No, not that Alex Jones.
Are we talking about the Hulk supporting character, Alex Jones?
Yeah. About, right? The conspiracy theorist of all theorists, Alex Jones? Yeah.
Did he get Gamma up a little bit? Did he catch him Gamma once in a while? Or no?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, I'm sure.
And on that
Alex,
what's up? Right.
Tell us how you got into Game of Thrones.
How did I get into Game of Thrones? Oh, man. So I got into it a couple years ago because I'm totally not into
like these type of stories. Like I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan. I never was into Harry Potter. But my buddy was like, "Bro, you got to watch it."
The shock.
And so I know, right?
Oh, nice. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Into it. So then I got hooked and watched like 5 seasons, like way too fast. And so now I'm here stuck with all of you guys left on the cliffhanger. So I got to get through without cliffhangers for a while.
Wait, Alex, you binge watched the first 5 seasons?
Oh yeah, so in like 2.5 weeks, way too fast.
Oh, wow.
Like my wife has been here for me for a while.
That's the best way to do it. Wow, that's impressive.
Oh yeah.
You just like barricaded in.
The best thing I did was I did X-Files season 1 to 8 in like 18 days. I did that.
See, that's the way, right? Because then it feels more like a big movie.
Yeah, you just immersed in the, you're not answering the phone, you know what I'm saying? You're peeking out the blinders. It can get deep. But yeah, hell yeah.
All right, so Alex, for the sake of the listeners, what do you do and where are you calling from?
So I work for U.S. Bank. I'm a trainer over there, and I'm calling from Portland, Oregon.
Excellent. All right. Okay, so we did have some topics designated just for you. What's your input on? The first one, Cersei getting revenge on Illyria and her daughters. Yeah. What did you think of that?
This one's brutal. So this was a tough one for me because I'm not a fan of Illyria or the Sands, just because I feel like they were a little bit dirty with, killing her nephew and everything, and and just the way Cersei went about it was just so vicious and literally zero remorse. Like I don't know if she's a psychopath or a sociopath or what she is, but Cersei's on a whole other level.
Yeah.
She's all of them. Cersei is all of them.
She's all the past.
She's all the past.
Like just some of the things she said. Yeah, just like, when she closed her eyes, she can hear his Oberyn skull crush. I'm like, seriously? Much closer to his daughter, you can't give her a break?
Really? You can?
You're daydreaming at breakfast and you close your eyes and you keep hearing the skull crack.
How can you do it? Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, and she says I think she was said or something about, she sits at night and thinks about killing all her enemies. And I'm like, I swear you must just sit and write speeches, though, because some of the stuff she says is just so ridiculously brutal that I'm like, I don't even know how you thought of that. Like, my mind doesn't work that way. Like, I can't think of evil shit like that to say.
She practices. She practices, yo. Y'all know she's in the mirror. Yeah, she's in there. When I see Olenna, like that's probably why she's mad at Jamie, because she had a whole speech for Olenna. She was ripping out her fingernails. She had it all prepared. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And then Qyburn in this scene too. Like this is one of the first times where I remember seeing Qyburn. He was on the same level as Cersei's, kind of, where he was just kind of going along like, oh yeah, it just depends on how one can take it or whatever with the poison. And
yeah.
He just was,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know Qyburn was that crazy.
he enjoys her sadism, like because I think it allows him to stretch his experiment. So he's just like, ooh, more toys for me to play with. Peel off skin 1 centimeter at a time. No problem, Cersei. I'm all for it.
Right? Yeah. No, he's like living vicariously through her.
Right. All these things I wanted to do as a child. Oh, y'all know another curious thing about Qyburn is, and we're doing a big rewatch, Alex. So like we've been dabbling here. We were starting from season 1, episode 1, but I've been watching a little clip, and I forgot Qyburn was almost killed at Harrenhal. And his life was saved by Rob's Elisa, Rob's wife.
His wife.
Yeah, so Rob's wife. Yeah, she saved him, and she was a nurse, and she saved like Qyburn's life and nursed him back to health, and that's his timing. It was when they sacked Harrenhal.
I didn't.
Yeah. When y'all go back and watch, you'll see that because it's very slight. And I'm looking at a screen cap of him. I'm like, oh, that's homegirl next to him. I was like, oh shoot, that was.
And
you know what I'm saying?
He looks like a beggar, like he's on his last leg.
Right.
Wow.
but he is wearing that same clip he has, the little Q clip he has to hold his garb or whatever. He's wearing that in that scene, so you can identify him in that. But he has, like Morg saying, he has all his mud on his face. You can't even really tell it's him until they clean him up again. Yeah, so that's a deep Easter egg, y'all. Look into that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking
well,
forward
they had to
to
get back
now.
to Cersei, and then Cersei's recruited him and brought him on the stage.
Right.
And he's perfect for. He fits her like a glove, so it was like a match made. In Hades.
Definitely.
Super.
All right. So, Alex, so next up, we got this other topic we wanted your input on, and that is when Lady Olenna, Queen of Thorns, gets killed by Jaime. What do you think of that piece?
So, again, this is one of those ones. Tough. I hated seeing Lady Olenna die because she became one of my favorite characters throughout the last few seasons. But if there was any way for her to go out, it was this way with just the coldest sayings ever as you're going out. The way she just, I want Cersei to know, and just the way she talks about the poisoning. She's like, it was a fucking scene. I was like, that's one of the best ones I've ever heard in my life. Like, that made it so vivid for Jaime. And she was, you're going to be mean, but I'm still going to spit in your face as you do this.
Yeah, she definitely had the last laugh on that one.
Yeah, and then that part reminded me, I didn't realize that Jaime had the other Valyrian steel sword, the one that was Joffrey's. Because she's like, is that Joffrey's sword, isn't it? And then he's like, yeah, and he tells her the name, the whale, or what is it again?
Oh, Widow's Whale.
Widow's Whale.
Yo, I didn't pick up on that, Alex.
I didn't realize that was
Valyrian. That's the one Tywin broke down from ice. From Eddard.
Yeah, because remember he broke two down.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's like, yeah, he really was a cunt. And I was like, hey, you're so every time it's just like perfect.
No, that's a nice catch, Alex. I didn't pick that up. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. About that.
Lady Olenna was just a gangster. Like the way she like read him and was was giving it to Jaime so bluntly, about, he was so legit. She was so legit about how she talked about Cersei's, how she's just like, she's basically the worst of the worst. And, I didn't even know she could be that, like any human being could be that bad. And then talking about Joffrey too. And just, I love the way she talks about Joffrey. Like, I'd hate to die like your son died. I'm like, man, that's a bullshit.
Capital G, the capital G.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. She's the definition of life.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, and definitely the most legendary headdresses in any medieval setting that I've seen
ever
since the Knights of the Round Table. Because I've seen that. I've never seen such an elaborate head box piece or whatever that is. It's really great. It was so great, for real, y'all, because I watched the behind the scenes and she didn't have it on, and I was like, what was that? I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like seeing her hair, her natural hair. She never dressed that way. She always had that box on her head. I mean,
it's weird to see anyone outside the character.
Right now,
definitely.
especially since they've been so ingrained into our brain.
Yeah.
All right, Alex,
well, like a lot of them are really big.
Yeah. We wanted to me, especially when Lena Headey, when she has a real hair color, I don't recognize her. Like when she's in dread, she looks crazy in dread with the scar. Yeah, that's her. All right, so we have a theory we wanted to get your opinion on, but we'll get back around to that. Is there anything you wanted to talk to us about, being that you check out the podcast and things of that nature? Anything you wanted to bring up topic-wise?
Well, one, Castro, I'm sorry that you don't like, John and Daenerys. Aegon, I guess, and Daenerys.
You're triggering me, Alex. You're triggering me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Contrary to what he'd have us all believe, he really loves it.
Right.
It's easy. He loves those moments.
Oh, man.
It's a ruse. It's all a ruse.
You hear my pain.
I was literally just down in Disneyland doing the Disneyland Half Marathon Labor Day weekend, and I listened to the Season 7 recap while I was running, and I had to stop during that part when you're like, can we just fast forward through this part, please? Like, I was dying. You can tell in your voice how much you hated hearing about it.
I can't stand it, man. It makes my skull itch, and I can't scratch it, for real.
What we can't understand, Alex, is how some incest is okay, but others just aren't. We don't know where Castro is. We don't know what incest he's good with.
The only relationship I support was Lancel and Cersei, because it was just like an oddball. Every time I saw them together, it was like Benny Hill music. So that's the only one I can support. Everything else is bullcocky and tomfoolery. I just can't. I really can't.
Okay, I guess I can ride with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of those things where it's like it's been revealed like later, so I feel like we've gone through these two characters for so long that it doesn't feel like they're related, so I can handle it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Nah, they're twins, you guys. They're twins. There is no moment where you forget that they're twins. They're twins.
That's true. Jamie and Cersei is worse. For sure.
Yeah.
You can't forget that one. Like, you just can't.
But but Morg, that's the purest love there is.
Okay.
I swear to you.
I feel like that's way worse.
This is what I'm talking about. He's cool with it.
I'm now quitting this podcast.
Morgan.
No. He quit.
I've quit all my podcasts now.
He's out the game.
And Morgan, I work at the bank, and my wife works at the bank too. She is a notary, so she can notarize that document for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alex. I think I need that for anyone to take me seriously, so thank you. I appreciate it.
I know that's what we'll accept it without it.
I'm leaving first. I'm leaving. No. I'm leaving first. I'm definitely out of this thing right now.
All right, so let's hop into the last episode. When the wall came down, but what were you thinking?
Oh man, well, one, I wasn't fully ready for it to happen this season. I thought they were going to push that off to next season. That was my first thing. Like I saw there was 10 minutes left. I was like, what's? I feel like every other character we've touched on, what else could be happening right now? And then of course we get cut to Tormund, which I really hope he's not dead. Right. I'm afraid they might have just cut him off without a good death, but I really hope they didn't.
Yeah, we do. We feel the same.
That scene was just, it was crazy. Like, I have a couple things with the dragon where I can't quite put my finger on it because I've heard so many different theories. You know, is it ice, fire? Is it just the blue part of the flame, and so it's extra hot? Like, is it plasma? Like, I've heard so many different things that people have said on that. I have no idea what it is. It's some magic shit that took out that wall. And that's all I can see as I'm watching this happen. And Tyrion's words were fucked just going through my head the whole time. Like, that's all I could think of as that wall was falling.
Yeah.
And then I found out at Tormund. Why is Tormund there? Like, why is Tormund there of all places? Like, why didn't you get out of Dodge? Like, why are you sitting at the farthest wall closest to the White Walkers? Like, you're an important character. Like, why aren't you kicking it with everybody else?
He don't know he's an important character. He's like, what did he say? He said, we're the Night's Watch now. And everybody's looking at him like, oh, fuck you, Wilding guy. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I remember that.
Plus, he's hoping Brienne shows up, so he wants to stay put. He doesn't want to be all over the place.
Right. He's hoping she comes back.
If she pops up, right, he
does he know she's already over there?
He definitely wants to stay in one place. He wants to stay in one place so Brienne could find him amidst the snow. She can see his red hair and make giant babies to take over the world. Oh my God! If Tormund Giantsbane is Azor Ahai, I'm jumping out my window and doing a timing. I'm timing it myself. I swear to God.
Oh man, it would be legit if there was a full circle where he really was that important.
Right.
Man,
we'd be like all along. We knew it.
You didn't know shit.
Right. Straight up.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the theories. Alex with the theory.
One of the theories we've seen bouncing around the internet. The Night King orchestrated all of this. He lured them out to get Danny to come out so he could wrangle himself a dragon. What do you think about that?
So I feel like there has to be some backing to this theory. I don't, we've heard all the stuff like is Bran the Night King, and I don't know if I buy into that one. But I feel like with everything we've seen, him grabbing Bran's arm in the vision and him being able to always stop Bran ringing and everything, I feel like he's definitely going to be a green seer. So he's got these powers. And I feel like maybe he can see into the future, because just too many things were convenient if he didn't plan it. Like, why did he let them just chill out on that island the whole time? Why did he have these perfect, these spear things, whatever you want to call them, javelins, the GoldenEye one-shot kills, but just planned out. It just destroys this dragon. And then they have the chains just kicking it too. Like
definitely a lesson in preparedness. The Night King always teaches us. He's very equipped. Holy shark repellent, Batman! Get the
exactly
shark repellent gun, Batman. Like the Night King,
perfectly planned out. So I feel like there's too many convenient things. The chains one is really my biggest one, where it's like, why would he have these big ass chains if he didn't have some sort of plan for them? Like,
what were your
thoughts?
What were your thoughts around the chains? Like, as soon as you saw them, immediately were you like, oh, come on, really? You got that chains already?
So that was part of it. Part of me was thinking that, like, where the hell they get these at, and why are they so damn thick? And it looks like, the chains that you see on, like, Navy ships in our world.
Right. Anchors.
But then, like, I've heard other people talking about it. They're like, oh, well, that area was technically, there used to be ships that go in and out of there, so maybe he found them, was exploring and then had it prepared. And if he was planning this, knew he was going to get this dragon, he knew he would have to have something to be able to drag in or whatever. So I could see, it's still one of those things where I'm like, I could go either way. Like, I could believe that, he has this prepared, but if he wasn't prepared, and this wasn't a theory that he had it tricked and planned the whole way, then the chains are just bullshit to me. But if he did have a plan, then I could ride with it.
I got 3 words. For y'all to explain the chains in the Army of the Dead and the Night King. Ghost Rider. Okay.
What? Ghost Rider.
Go to bed, Castro.
Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider has chains. He's dead.
Go. 3 words.
Ghost Rider.
Okay, good night. Go to bed. I asked you to go to bed.
No.
Please go to bed.
No.
What just happened? You are a rapper,
so
Castro. You are a wordsmith, sir. You don't do that.
It just came to me more. I'm sorry. It just came to me, and I wanted to share.
But
check this out. Y'all, everybody is going to be thinking about this when we finish the call.
Ghost Rider?
Everyone's be Googling Ghost Rider.
No one will be doing that. I promise you, absolutely no one will be Googling Ghost Rider. You're bugging.
I bet you more people Google Ghost Rider Game of Thrones tonight than people Google Benjen Stark. And I'll bet you cash money. And we could check the stats tomorrow. From 10 o'clock till tomorrow. How many people Google Benjen Stark and how many people Google Ghost Rider Game of Thrones?
It's early September.
Game of Thrones.
It's early September. Game of Tuesday. We're fresh off of his death. Some of us are still mourning. I just don't know why you take this opportunity to take shots at me. I just don't understand.
People don't even know how to spell his name. Who is mourning for Benjen Stark?
Rest in peace, Benjen, for sure.
Thank you. Alex, are you interested in being on a podcast, Alex? We have an opening. There's a rapper guy.
I can promise no Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider references.
And look and see, how did Alex know I meant Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider? It's already creeping in. It's already working.
In my mind, it was Nicolas Cage.
Right.
The Googling has begun.
The Google
talking about bring out the chains. Bring out the chains. If he pops up on Game of Thrones, y'all know that the idea started here first. If Nicolas Cage pops up on season 8 of Game of Thrones, started here first.
To be fair, Castro,
I'm gonna need that to not be a theory.
Yeah. If Nicolas Cage pops up on Game of Thrones, we should stop watching it.
Right there in that minute. Even if it's in the middle of the episode, right there in that second, turn the TV off, turn the lights off. It's like a lightning storm. Get away from the windows and pray.
Get off the phone. Yes. Get off the phone.
If he has the Con Air haircut, though, he might fit in.
He definitely would fit in. He'd be a Lannister. What would Nicolas Cage be? Would he be a Lannister?
No, I think he'd be like forever wet like Euron. Like there would definitely
be a Greyjoy.
Yeah, he'd be a Greyjoy.
Always sweaty.
He'd be a Greyjoy.
He's always sweaty.
Always sweaty.
Overactive sweat.
Or like from
overactive sweat. That's what happened.
You know who else looked damp? Was Jojen and Mara Reed, and they come from the Reed family. They're from the marshlands.
They're from the marshlands or the swamp or something.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's always humid.
Yeah.
Prescription deodorant.
Oh my God.
Oh, they definitely were humming. Jojen and Mira, they were humming. They knew you were coming. Green scene, red scene, yellow scene. You knew they were coming.
Yeah.
And that reminds me too. I was dying, and I was in the podcast too when Afro called Euron urine. I was dying.
And the way she brought it, like, so urine. Definitely.
It was so perfect.
Oh, we love that. That was
oh God. That was awesome.
Absolutely, my shout out to you on that, Afro.
the greatest.
Alex, thank you so much for your time. It was a great call. Look forward to having you on some future episodes, man.
Oh, for sure. Thank you for having me. And one last shout out for you. I have to give it to him for having the SVU intro to the podcast. I'm an SVU fan.
Yes.
SVU fan for like 14 years. So as soon as I heard that the first time, I'm like, I can buy into this podcast for sure already.
That was a desired effect. Yes. I don't know how you can be alive and not be an SVU fan.
Right. Exactly. That landed perfectly.
Exactly. Good. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for calling in.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
I would like to thank the guests for coming on our show and giving their insight, throwing it till we die. We have a big gap waiting for the next season. So your number one podcast in the land, a podcast that has no name, we are going to embark on a massive rewatch. We are going to watch each episode one a week. We're going to start with episode 1 of season 1. Are we starting that next week, ladies and gents?
We are.
Okay, we're starting that next week.
All right.
I can't wait
to
look at the bad CGI and to see where the story was going at first.
Yes.
Before they here
Don't
we go.
Be haters. Don't be haters.
No, season 1 looks vastly different. It looks very different. It looks a lot different.
It's all about growth, guys. It's all about growth.
Yeah.
The walkers look horrible.
Oh, yeah, real bad. They're off in the distance in the shadows behind trees, and they're running around.
Yes.
They look very bad. Yeah.
Look like little mankind with tatted
clothes.
Yeah,
they look terrible.
And also I hope that when we do the rewatch, we'll see some things that might give us some insight on some current things. There's also spirals that the White Walkers leave. We'll get to see that later with the cave painting. So, some dots will be connected. One thing I noticed when Robert was down in the crypt talking about Lyanna, and he was like something about she was my only love, Ned makes this little move with his head behind him. Like, he's just like, whatever, dude, you don't know what I know. And, like, little things like that, I think were written into the show. Like, he makes them, when we watch it again, you'll see he make this move with his head. Like, if only I could tell you.
Wow.
Yeah. So little things like that. Let's try to pay attention to that for our listeners. We are grateful that y'all been with us this season. This was a great season, top 3 season of all time. A lot of things happened that a lot of things came to pass, y'all. I thought that was really the big thing about this season. A lot of things coming to pass. But I'll give this season an A++. To hell with the naysayers. A man can have many naysayers, but a man needs to make his own opinions. And a man loves to show that a man is in.
Wait, you have to stop. Did he forget we're on the phone?
Yo, someone
journal.
Afro, I am tasking you with this. Going into the next season, you have to have wrap-up music ready, Castro. You have to have another device. So just to give him a cue, you start it low and you bring it up so he knows, okay, all right, I got to wrap it. Where were you going?
Got that
Emmy
Grammy music.
Yes,
I was talking in the voice of the man that has no name. Yeah. The man that has no face. Jack and a gun.
Yeah. No, I know what you were doing.
Yeah, no, we knew who you were doing. We don't.
It was not landing.
It wasn't. And it was going to spiral. It was going to spiral into way worse, y'all. So they going to get even more. Yeah. We're going to get even more worse around.
A man must have shoes and must make sure he lotions his ankles when wearing these shoes.
A man must know Richard Pryor has died.
Call back.
It came so quick.
Sorry,
a man must find another podcast.
Find new friends. Oh my God.
Other friends that a man must need.
So I do want to say this to the listeners because people are starting Game of Thrones every day. Like, somebody might be like, yo, my favorite podcast, they're about to start it over. You should listen with them. I think that is wrong because there are going to be spoilers. We're going to be examining the season, right, from the perspective of people who have already watched all of the episodes. So, tell your friends, but don't tell your new friends. That's just
good point.
Great point, Ash.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Point.
See, a man must stop talking to allow Afro to make good points. You were on a good path, Castro. You were doing it. If you would have ended up there, it would have been great. This was good. Mm-hmm. This was good. All right.
A man must find 3 vials of tears of leaf that a man must put in a man's friend's drink. And a man must make a I'm done, y'all. Y'all high, y'all. I've been high this whole half podcast, y'all.
Now everybody knows.
Okay.
Sucking down the ganja. Don't hate more people that smoke like that. So, man, I had a long day. What are you doing? Like, what is going on? Like, why are you pulling that hard? Like, you're hurting me.
You're hurting everyone.
I really needed it. And it's like they always they had a hard day. That's how they always talk. Man, I had a hard day. All right, Ash.
How did we get here?
Okay.
I thought you was about to say that. She's so fed up. All right. She's been hitting that mute button, cursing me out. All right.
I'm checking text thread.
All right. God.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of
A Podcast Has No Name.
Has no name. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Me and Morris don't care about whatever it is y'all doing.
A celebration of mediocrity.
Am was even say it? Did you say it, Am?
No, I didn't. I'm giving up. I don't even say it anymore. I say it in the beginning. So I don't say it. It's like,
so it's never going to work because Am's never going to do it.
Not for me. No. It's like it'll never work. Yeah, no, I have no confidence in it whatsoever, so I'm not going to participate. It's like, no.
Okay, y'all. Let's do it one last time.
That is the shittiest partnership ever.
I'm sorry.
for season 7 on the count of 3, on the count of 1, at the end of count of 3, a man makes a count. A man makes a count.
What?
Say it on
F. 3, 2. Wait, but what are we even saying? What do you mean?
What do we say?
What do you mean? Okay. What are we saying? I told you I wasn't committed. I got lost. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
A podcast has no name.
And the call.
I don't understand.
I'm ending the episode right there. I don't know why you want to keep torturing each other with this failure. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm just a team player.
Why are we orchestrating the bank? We're never robbing the bank with these two. We're going to go in there strong and turn around, and they're going to be going in the opposite direction. Why are we orchestrating team failure? I don't get it. Let it go. We're 50% successful twice now.
This is true.
Me and Morgan are synced up, and we're hundreds of miles away from each other.
You know what? Then you guys do it. We'll leave it at me and Afro. We'll leave it in you guys' hands. There we go.
No, I'm leaving this whole podcast in all of y'all hands. I'm doing something.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.